Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 2 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 2-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 1 minute from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 1-minute time check, stations.
On the Hawkeye Sports Network from Learfield, this is Hawkeye Women's Basketball, brought to you by U.S. Bank, proud to support Iowa basketball. U.S. Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Iowa Lottery, be a VIP with the Iowa Lottery. Visit ialottery.com for details. Bud Light, it's for the fans. By University of Iowa Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Authentic Brand, unique Hawkeye apparel at authentic-brand.com. And by Hy-Vee, score big savings at HyVeeDeals.com. Now to courtside, here's Rob Brooks and Jamie Lang.
It's a top 20 matchup this Saturday afternoon from Ann Arbor, Michigan, as the 16th ranked Iowa Hawkeyes get set to face number 14, Michigan. Rob Brooks and Jamie K.V. Lang with you from the Chrysler Center on the campus of the University of Michigan. These two teams have certainly fought a lot the last several years, split the series a season ago, and have had some great games, and we certainly anticipate another one this afternoon. The Wolverines come in at 13-2 overall, 3-1 in conference play. The two losses, one out of conference, one in Big Ten play, as Michigan lost to Toledo back on the 8th of December, 71-68, and then lost at Ohio State. It's ranked number 3 in the country, 66-57. And the Wolverines are coming off a win against Penn State, 82-72. The Hawkeyes, 3-1 in conference play, 11-4 overall. Last week went 1-1. Took care of Purdue inside Carver Hawkeye, 83-68. Then lost a tough one at Illinois on Sunday afternoon, New Year's Day, 90-86. The Hawkeyes had won 6 in a row previous to that loss in Champaign. But no midweek game this past week for the Hawkeyes, so an opportunity to spend some time on themselves and try to improve, get ready for another tough road contest here against the Michigan Wolverines. The tip time has been pushed back about 12 minutes due to television, so we'll tip at 3:42 Central Time. Hawkeyes back out warming up after going through a shoot around here at the Chrysler Center mid-morning. Went back to the hotel and then came back here for the ball game against Michigan. Well, Jamie, this is going to be a terrific atmosphere, as it usually is here. You remember Michigan went on a run in the NCAA tournament last year, getting all the way to the Elite Eight. And it's a team under Kim Barnes-Arico that has always seemingly been right there at the top, fighting for a Big Ten title. And, of course, Iowa lost here a season ago despite the 46 from Caitlin Clark and the 25 in the fourth quarter. But then Iowa, on a memorable day, blew out Michigan 104-80 to secure a tie for the Big Ten championship.
Yeah, they have a huge fan base that came out today. They said they've sold over 9,000 tickets, so you can expect a lot of people here. And I do think part of it's, I think Michigan's doing well, top 20 right now. I also do think Caitlin Clark is a real reason that people are coming out to see the game today, because who doesn't want to see a logo 3?
Or more.
She had a lot in that game here last year where they did end up losing, but that was kind of where I feel like the logo 3 almost came about. That was it. It became this thing that she started being known for.
Though the Hawkeyes lost that game, certainly one for the memory bank. Iowa lost by 8, 98-90. Were shorthanded in that game as McKenna Warnock did not play. That's when the injuries hit the Hawkeyes there in early February. But Caitlin Clark was 14 of 29 from the floor, 6 of 13 from 3, 12 of 14 from the free throw line. Drew 10 fouls in that game, had the 46, and 10 assists to just 4 turnovers. It'll be interesting today how Michigan comes out and tries to defend her. I think the Hawkeyes are anticipating as soon as she has the ball, they'll probably see a double team.
Yeah, I could definitely see that, probably doing some face guarding to try to limit her touches. But it's hard to, really, when Iowa's top fiver and they're starting 5, everybody's capable of scoring, so you can only help so much. And Iowa does a really good job of realizing when somebody is open, and usually they cut or flash to the appropriate spot. They've worked on those things in practice. They know they have some great players that people will focus in on. And other players just need to be ready to step up.
McKenna Warnock was on the Big Ten honor roll this past week, has been very, very good as of late, coming off of 17 against Illinois. She's hit 9 of 14 threes in her last 3 games. And Monica Sonano had 24 and 6 against Illinois. Kate Martin capable of scoring. Boy, to try to get Gabby Marshall on track and as much production off the bench as you can get. I think that's a real key for the Hawkeyes as we now, unbelievably so, starting the second half of the season.
Are you stepping in on my keys to the game? Is that what just happened?
You might have to change it. You might have to come up with 2 new ones.
I don't want to have the same keys as you. How dare you? Yes, I completely agree, though, that the players stepping up is going to be huge. And we were looking at McKenna Warnock's stats over the last 3 games, and I know you wrote them down maybe somewhere, but we were just saying how Warnock has been having some big games. She's averaging like 11 points, but recently she had a 14, 19, and 17 point. That's her last 3 games. Those are nice numbers to see from McKenna, and shooting the 3 ball so well. She is just doing great things for the Hawkeyes, and if she can build that consistency the second half of the season, that's going to make Iowa real tough.
Playing with a lot of confidence, no doubt about it. In last year's game here, Iowa got down by 10 after 1. And then really on the verge of being blown out before that miraculous comeback by really Caitlin Clark as Iowa outscored Michigan 36-28 in the fourth quarter. Wasn't enough, but I really propelled Iowa to do great things the rest of the month of February, especially when McKenna Warnock came back. Then that vaulted the Hawkeyes into the tie for the regular season Big Ten title and ultimately the Big Ten Conference title in Indianapolis. We're about 10 minutes away from a tip-off, and we'll certainly have the pregame comments with head coach Lisa Bluter. Jamie now is on the computer changing her keys to the game, all before a 3:42 tip. Iowa and Michigan should be a good one, and certainly glad that you have joined us here this afternoon. We'll be back with more pregame from Ann Arbor, Michigan, about 40 miles west of Detroit. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Say you should see the ball drop at Times Square at least one time, but being there for New Year's Eve and winning $1 million live on national television? How's that for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity? With the Iowa Lottery's Powerball First Millionaire of the Year, you and a guest could appear on Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve. One lucky winner will win $1 million just after midnight. Enter your Powerball tickets and see rules and complete details at ialottery.com/VIP.
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The Hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel. The Jill Armstrong team with Skogman Realty, the area's premier realtor. And Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. The Hotel Kirkwood, named the Corridor Business Journal's 2022 Best Banquet and Event Venue. And awarded the AAA 4 Diamond Award for lodging. To make reservations, visit thehotelatKirkwood.com or call 877-751-5111 for more information.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
At Mid-American Energy, we want to help keep you safe around power lines and electrical equipment. Always assume a power line is energized, even if it's on the ground. To avoid the risk of an accidental shock or electrocution, avoid touching a power line with anything. And when you see high voltage warnings on transformers and substations, stay away. We care about you and your safety. Get more tips at midamericanenergy.com.
Paid for by the customers of Mid-American Energy.
Welcome back to the Chrysler Center in Ann Arbor, Michigan, as we get set for a top 20 matchup, Iowa and Michigan. Time for the Hy-Vee shoot-around with Coach Bluter. Brought to you by Hy-Vee, the official grocery partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Score big savings at HyVeeDeals.com. Well, Coach, a week of preparation. How's the last 3 or 4 days been leading up to the game here in Ann Arbor?
They've been good. I feel like our team is in good spirits right now. It's always, tough when you have a loss and you got to sit on it for so long. But it did give us an opportunity to rest, which maybe sounds funny, but we are halfway through our season right now, which doesn't seem possible. So it gave us an extra day of rest this week, which honestly can do a veteran team, I think, a lot of good mentally and physically just to get that time away.
Michigan, a team that seems to be playing pretty well as of late.
Yeah, they're ranked ahead of us in the rankings. I think we're 16th, they're 14th. They've only lost one time. It was at home. They're undefeated in Big Ten play, so we'd like to change that today.
Brown and Kaiser, two players that certainly make Michigan go offensively.
Also, number 5, Lily Felia is excellent. She's really hard to guard because she gets downhill so fast and she crashes really well. She shoots the 3 very, very well, but she's also so fast in penetration. So she's playing really well. And when Emily Kaiser decided to come back for her 5th year, that was a really big thing for Michigan. She is leading them in scoring right now and shooting 58% from the field, can also shoot 3s and rebounds really well. So that was a big benefit when they got her back.
Do they rely pretty heavily on their starting 5?
They really do. They have a couple of post players that will come in off the bench, but really only one true perimeter player that they like to play quite a bit. So they're really relying on these starting 5.
We'll be back with more from Coach Bluter after the break. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Say you should see the ball drop at Times Square at least one time, but being there for New Year's Eve and winning $1 million live on national television? How's that for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity? With the Iowa Lottery's Powerball First Millionaire of the Year, you and a guest could appear on Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve. One lucky winner will win $1 million just after midnight. Enter your Powerball tickets and see rules and complete details at ialottery.com/VIP.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Variety Pack. You hear that? It's seltzer with the pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, IRC Beers, St. Louis, Missouri.
You probably know that a natural gas leak smells like rotten eggs. But what does a gas leak look or sound like? If you hear a whooshing or hissing sound, see dirt, dust, or water spraying from an area, or you get dizzy or queasy, leave the area immediately, then call 1-800-595-5325 once you're safely away. See MidAmericanEnergy.com for more safety tips.
Paid for by the customers of Mid-American Energy.
Hey everyone, I'm Mark Wahlberg, and I have some exciting news to share. At Wahlburgers, we are all about bringing the family together to enjoy a great meal and have a great time. That's why right now, for a limited time, kids eat free every day at all Hy-Vee Wahlburger locations. Kids 12 and under can enjoy one free kids meal with any purchase of an adult burger, sandwich, or entree salad.
Bring the family to Wahlburgers and the Wahlburgers and Hy-Vee stores, where right now kids can eat free.
Coach, for the Hawks, obviously Monica Sonato and Caitlin Clark. McKenna Warnock's really picked up her play the last 3 games, was on the Big Ten honor roll, which was great to see. And that's 3 outstanding players, and now certainly looking for more help, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, always. I mean, we really want to get Gabby involved in our offense. And, you know, to me, Kate Martin, it can be so deadly when she's on. And so, you know, she does such a great job for us defensively. And really, McKenna's going to have her work cut out for her defensively with having the matchup of Kaiser today, just because, again, she can go inside and out and all those things. So I think McKenna's defense and Kate's defense are going to be vitally important for us today.
Will you see as many ball screens as we saw on Sunday at Illinois?
Well, we're going to see our share of them tonight, but maybe not that many.
Coach, Barbara Burke is on the trip. Of course, came to Iowa as the deputy athletic director and then the chief operating officer. Boy, just a great person to be around. It's going to be a loss to the university. Just comment on her tenure here at Iowa.
Yeah, I'm just so glad that for the last 7 years that Barbara has been a part of our program, and she has made an impact. And, you know, sometimes administrators, you don't know, like the players don't understand the impact that they have behind the scenes. And Barbara is one that is totally vested. She loves the Hawks, and she loves, you know, women's athletics. She loves men's athletics too, but she, you know, her heart is there because she was an athlete in college. And, you know, obviously without her hard work last year, manipulating all those games in the Big Ten, I don't know that we would have won the Big Ten championship. So her hard work behind the scenes, getting all those games in, was obviously very beneficial to us.
Well, let's go get the Wolverines.
Let's do it.
Head coach Lisa Bluter on the pregame show. Certainly appreciate her time as we count down to tip-off. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
At MidAmerican Energy, we want to help keep you safe around power lines and electrical equipment. Always assume a power line is energized, even if it's on the ground. To avoid the risk of an accidental shock or electrocution, avoid touching a power line with anything. And when you see high voltage warnings on transformers and substations, stay away. We care about you and your safety. Get more tips at MidAmericanEnergy.com.
Paid for by the customers of Mid-American Energy.
At Cenex, we're locally owned and operated, so your community is our community. That's why your Cenex goes far beyond the store. We fuel community connections by supporting local festivals, restoring town monuments, and renovating baseball fields. Now in its 4th year, we'll have contributed more than $400,000 to Cenex communities through our Hometown Pride initiative, because community connections make the places we live so special. Cenex, powered locally.
People say you should see the ball drop at Times Square at least one time, but being there for New Year's Eve and winning $1 million live on national television? How's that for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity? With the Iowa Lottery's Powerball First Millionaire of the Year, you and a guest could appear on Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve. One lucky winner will win $1 million just after midnight. Enter your Powerball tickets and see rules and complete details at ialottery.com/VIP.
The holidays are for making memories, and Honda can help you make them. Whether it's hauling presents in a capable Ridgeline, going sledding in an adventurous Pilot, or traveling in a rugged Passport or CR-V. Make memories during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer.
New Hondas are arriving daily at your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest.
See dealer for financing details.
Welcome back to Ann Arbor, Michigan, as we get set for the play-by-play of Iowa and Michigan Saturday afternoon basketball. As both teams are lined up at the free throw line. And Jamie, before the national anthem takes place, let's dive into your keys. What can you reveal that we haven't already talked about?
I mean, I feel like you really were peeking over here, but I would say that a big one for Iowa today is just to come out aggressive. When they set the tone in that first quarter, they're a much different team than when they come out a little bit on their heels. So come out forward thinking and really setting that tone of aggressiveness. The second one is going to be that Iowa really, I think, needs to get the ball into Sonano. I mean, you don't think that because she's going up against Kaiser and she's going to be going up against, some good posts. But I actually think that's a time when Monica Sonano excels, is the times when she's going up with some really good posts. And then the last one is really going to be just taking good shots. It's really easy if someone gives you the three, to take the three. But if it's not the time to take the three, then that's not the time to take the three, right? There is, even if you're wide open, understand what's going on in the game and take really smart shots, not just the ones where you're wide open. I hope I explained what that means.
Well, and I think, too, with this Michigan team, it seems like they've got a lot of different players that can really step up. Ophelia averaging almost 17, Leah Brown at 15, Emily Kaiser at 17. So 3 really consistent scorers, but well over 15 points a game.
Right. They are just going to be, they're a force. They are a force of a team. They're definitely a beatable team, but it's going to be a fight today.
And now, colors being presented, time for the national anthem.
Number 4, ROTC. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight last evening, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming in the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Well, this place isn't completely full, but they sold over 9,000 tickets. It's, I think, a crowd that's going to be pushing to 10,000. In our 7 years in coming here, this is the best crowd I've seen.
Way beyond any of the other crowds we've seen. We're up. So the way that this facility is kind of broken up is there's kind of an aisle in the middle, right? There's like a section that goes around right in the middle, unlike Carver where everyone enters from the top. There's this middle part. And I'd say in the past, the bottom bowl has been filled, but nobody was really sitting in the top. And today, at least half of it is filled. So, I mean, it is a good crowd. It's really exciting that everywhere Iowa kind of goes, they bring a good crowd, though. And it's not Iowa fans they're bringing the opponent's fans. But I do think people come to watch Iowa play basketball and Caitlin Clark specifically.
And especially this matchup. This is the only meeting between these two teams this year. Michigan does not come to Iowa City. Hawkeye starters just introduced, and it's the familiar 5 of Kate Martin, averaging 6.6. McKenna Warnock at 12.2. Monica Sonato in the middle at 17.5. The backcourt consists of Caitlin Clark at 27.1 points per game, and Gabby Marshall at 4.5 and 1.5 steals per contest. Hawkeyes will be in their road black uniforms with the gold Iowa across the front and the gold numbers. Michigan in the home whites with the blue Michigan across the front with blue numbers trimmed in maize. The 5 starters for the 14th ranked Wolverines. Maddie Nolan, averaging 8.6 and 3.5 points per contest. Leah Brown, who Coach Bluter told you that she came back for her 5th year, transfer from Nebraska. 6'1" senior, averaging 15.3 and 5.4. Emily Kaiser, 6'3" senior, averaging 17.3. Also at 6'3", Cameron Williams is capable of having some very good offensive games, averaging 7.3 and 4.6. Those 4 will be joined by Lila Filia, averaging 16.6, coming off of 24 points and 6 boards against Penn State. Kim Barnes-Arico, head coach of the Michigan Wolverines, took her team to the Elite 8 a season ago and has over 500 coaching victories in her career. Lisa Bluter going after number 475 today.
That's
475 at Iowa. Of course, over 800 for her coaching career. So she's at 474 and 246 at Iowa. Hawks coming off that 4-point loss at Illinois last Sunday, 90-86. Had won 6 in a row before that. And Michigan at 13-2. Both teams with identical Big Ten marks at 3-1. Monica Sonato shakes hands with Cameron Williams. The two will jump center, and we'll get this ball game underway. And a 10-minute slide because of television.
Well, this is just a huge opportunity for Iowa, and you know, you want the win, but like you said before, this is their only meetup with Michigan, so there is even that added pressure of if it comes down to them versus Michigan for a 3 or 4 spot or a 4 or 5 spot at the Big Ten tourney, this is what they'll look at, is that head-to-head competition.
So Cameron Williams at 6'3". Getting set for the jump ball with Monica Sonato. And still waiting with all 10 players out on the court. Hannah Stolke, we expect to see her pretty early in this game as she has kind of taken over that backup post spot. And now we're ready to go. The ball in the air. Monica Sonato got the tap, but right to Emily Kaiser. So Michigan will start with the first possession, the basket to our right. Hawks come out in man-to-man defense. Here's Filia along the baseline, goes up and gets the roll. Climbed over the left side of the rim. That was one of the scouting report items. You got to close that baseline off. Hawkeyes with Clark on the left wing. Being defended by Maddie Nolan. Now goes baseline, goes up strong off the window and banks it in, and we're tied at 2. Michigan quickly down court. Hawks do a good job to get back defensively. Here's a three-pointer. Filia knocks it down. 5 in a row to start for Filia. And Michigan on top at 5-2, the early going. It's the second offensive possession for the Hawkeyes. Here's Warnock. Gets it inside to Sonato. Couldn't handle the pass along the baseline. Goes out of bounds over to the Michigan Wolverines. Turnovers will be a key today.
Okay, well, every possession really is going to matter whenever you're against those top-tier teams. Limiting the turnovers is huge. Also, trying to get the ball inside to Monica is the right decision. Just let her a little bit too much on that pass.
Bounce pass inside to Kaiser. Left block, takes one dribble, goes up with the left hand. A little bit strong off the window, and the ball taken down by Clark across the timeline. Now on the left wing, dribbles between her legs, kicks it out to Warnock for 3. Got it! McKenna Warnock stays hot. Knocked that one down just left to the top of the key.
Oh, man, if she can continue that through this game, it would be a big element for the Hawkeyes that they need to continue to kind of round their team out.
We're tied at 5 early in the first quarter. Warnock now 10 of her last 15. And Filia knocks down another three-pointer. Gonna have to get out on her as Filia has all 8 for Michigan at the start of this one. 8-5 Wolverines inside. Sonato tries to go to work. She's doubled and then tried to get the ball back out, and it's taken away by Leah Brown. Brown in transition pulls from 10, and it slides out of bounds. Tipped last by the Hawkeyes. So it'll be Michigan basketball along the baseline.
Good hustle by Clark, getting back and just having a hand on the ball so that it slows it down. No easy shot was made for the Wolverines.
Filia, a 40% three-point shooter. Lob pass out high, tipped by Warnock, but gathered by the Wolverines. Inside to Brown, goes to work on the right block, no. Gets her own rebound, goes back up strong, still can't get it to go. And both teams battle for the ball. Sonato and Williams, tie-up situation, Iowa basketball. Michigan State and Michigan men locked in a good one in East Lansing. Michigan leads 56-50 with 22 seconds left to go. Hawkeye basketball down 3. Clark is doubled and throws it away, trying to get it to Warnock. Here's a left-handed layup that is good by Emily Kaiser. Turnovers have hurt the Hawkeyes here in the early going. Clark quickly down court. Gets it to Sonato. Now outside to Marshall, who rattles home a three-pointer from the right wing. Gabby Marshall, confident on that shot.
Yeah, and that in-out play is just so huge for Iowa to be able to get the ball inside, but Monica doesn't have to score, so I like the ability to throw it out and then score from it.
And if she's doubled, has to make sure she gets rid of it quickly. Here's a block by Sonato. Martin gets the ball, travels all the way down into the paint. Now gets it back from Marshall, back outside to Warnock for 3. Rimming no. Williams the rebound. Good look by Warnock on the left wing. 10-8 Michigan. Wolverines with the basketball. Here's Filia, left wing, drive, shot, no. Kate Martin, the first foul of the ball game.
Ophelia is, you can tell, has a mindset right now that she is going to be an all-star today. And Iowa's going to have to stop her. That's essentially where they're at right now, is she's setting the tone that she's going to go and score at will. And Iowa's going to have to make sure and say, no way. And that's on Kate Martin right now, because Kate Martin's the one playing defense. Actually, she just came out, so it's probably going to be Sydney Fulter.
A Fulter in, Molly Davis in. Lisa Bluter goes to the bench quickly. Ophelia makes the free throw. So she has 9 of Michigan's 11. Big Ten all-freshman team last year. Coaches and media. 2 out of 2 has 10.
I mean, we're not even 4 minutes into the game when we have one player with double digits already.
And her career high is 25 against Western Michigan. And traveling will be called on the right wing on McKenna Warnock. Just took a step going toward the baseline before she put the ball on the floor. Michigan 12, Iowa 8. 6:10 left to go in the first. Michigan basketball. Ophelia to Camp Schrader, who's come into the game. Gets it inside to Williams, goes up. The one official has traveling, and that's going to be the call. Cameron Williams went up on the left block and came back down with it.
Sonata did a good job mirroring the ball. She could tell that she was trying to adjust and mirrored it the whole time.
A Fulter in between the circles, hands it off to Clark in that same spot. They're doubling her, and then Caitlin tried to get it to Sonato, and it's stolen away. Not a good pass by Clark that time. Nolan kicks it back out to Brown. Now to Camp Schrader. Misses the three-pointer left wing. Long rebound taken by Filia. Drives the paint. Shot no from 10. Another rebound by Leah Brown. She kicks it back out for Michigan to Filia. Now to Kaiser. Now Williams going to work on the left block. Pivots. Traveled, and it's called. She shuffled her feet, changed her pivot foot, and the call was made.
And Sonata could smell blood on that one. She could see that Williams was leaning back, and she took up that space, and that's what you do as opposed to someone or anybody, really. If somebody's leaning back and they have the ball, you go and take that space from them so they can't have it back. And really, really aggressive move that I like to see right there.
A.J. Hediger comes into the game.
Michigan already with 4 offensive rebounds, so they're not shooting well. They're one of their last 7, but they're getting a lot of opportunities.
And AJ did not play in the game against Illinois. Here's Marshall for 3, a little bit strong left wing. Fulter, who's a good rebounder, couldn't quite come up with it. And Michigan, who's a very good rebounding team, they're plus 8.4 in that category on the year. 12-8 Michigan. Hawks down by 4. We're under 5 first quarter. Here's Filia. Pulls from 16 straight away. Got it to go. A lot of rim that time, but Lila Filia has 12 of Michigan's 14, and there's the answer for the Hawkeyes with McKenna Warnock, another deep 3.
Just spotting up and hitting them, and that's fine every time.
She's 2 for 3 in that category. Pulls the Hawks to within 3. Filia being defended by a Fulter, drives down the right side of the lane, shot no good, a little bit strong. Rebound put back, no good by Stuck, and finally a Fulter grabs the board. Gets it to Warnock across the timeline. Kicks it to Gabby Marshall, and a whistle. Is that going to be a charge? That'll be on Warnock for a charge after she passed the ball off to Gabby Marshall in the corner.
So a great read that there was a defender there, but you got to stop your body still. So that's an unfortunate one, because that's also a turnover. That's a loss of a possession. It's a foul against Warnock and a loss of possession. The worst type of fouls that you can get.
And the Hawkeyes have already turned the ball over 6 times here in the first quarter. That's one of the storylines in the early going. Need to recycle old working refrigerators and deep freezers? Visit midamericanenergy.com for details, plus energy-saving tips. When corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. Take a closer look, and you'll discover the many connections you have to corn, and those connections translate into wins for farmers and wins for all Iowans. Share your winning moments using hashtag IowensWin. 4:05 left to go in the first quarter from Ann Arbor. It is Michigan 14, Iowa 11. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Variety Pack. You hear that? It's seltzer with the pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, IRC Beers, St. Louis, Missouri.
We all love a good win. Catching up with friends, saving money at the pump, soaking up the perfect Iowa day, sitting down to a really, really good meal. These are the everyday delights that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the wins that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the crop they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. Learn more about how to share your own wins at iowacorn.org/IowansWin.
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The Hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel, the Jill Armstrong Team, Wisconsin Realty, the area's premier realtor, and Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. Jill Armstrong and her team strive to make every buyer and seller at ease with the real estate process. Contact the Jill Armstrong Team, Wisconsin Realty, for all of your real estate needs. Call 319-631-5455.
Michigan by 3, 14-11, 4:05 left to go in the first. Today's game also brought to you by Bud Light. Proudly welcomes back Hawkeye fans to Carver Hawkeye Arena this year. Bud Light is for the fans. Michigan basketball after the timeout. McKenna Warnock picked up her first.
That's just 2 for the Hawkeyes as a team. The other foul goes to Kate Martin.
Elise struck 6'1" junior into the ball game, and it was Leah Brown who lost control of the ball out near midcourt, and over and back is the call. That was the call, and then a couple of the officials got together, and it's confirmed Iowa basketball.
Yeah.
Down 3.
I mean, so the thing is right there, Iowa didn't regain possession, so it was still technically their ball, and it was touched by Leah before it crossed back over, and so I agree with that call.
Sonano back in there. Fulter. Now to Clark, top of the key. Backs up and fires a three-pointer, a little bit strong. Long rebound to Monica Sonano. Now a Fulter drives baseline, spins, gets it to Stolke into the game, drives down the left side of the lane. Left-handed layup is good off the window. Nice soft touch by Hannah Stolke.
Stolke just adds another element when she's on the court, though. I mean, she's just so athletic, and she's able to do physical things because of her height, her length, just able to do a little bit more.
Backing up that 4 and 5 spots, so her minutes certainly have increased. Here's Leah Brown on the left wing, drives the paint, kicks right side. Camp Schrader for 3, no. And a nice box out and rebound by Hannah Stolke. To Clark. Tried to get a pass down to Monica Sonano. A little lob pass that was knocked away by Michigan and out of bounds along the baseline. So it will be Iowa basketball. Ophelia with 12 already for Michigan. Iowa basketball. Here's Stolke now down the right side of the lane. A little bit strong off the window. Ball knocked out of bounds on the opposite side by Sonano. Michigan basketball up 1. 14-13 Wolverines. Kate Martin for Sydney Fulter.
And Clark and Martin both took big breaks, actually, in the first quarter that we don't normally see them take.
Maddie Nolan in between the circles, out by the big M. Now Leah Brown gets it back from Williams, dribbles behind her back, and then a bump is going to be called on Gabby Marshall. So that's 3 fouls on Iowa. None called on Michigan so far. Still ball possession for the Wolverines. Along the baseline, just right of the basket. Lob pass to Brown, left wing. Takes a couple of dribbles, goes all the way to the rim. No. Stuelke the rebound. Gets it ahead to Marshall, who crosses the timeline on the right wing. Looks inside, keeps that dribble going with the right hand. And now reverses to the left side. Bounce pass to Stuelke, left wing. Hannah holds it above her head. Gets it now to Marshall, who tried to set up for a three-pointer and didn't have her feet set. And then shuffled her feet to try to get set. And that's a walking violation on the Hawks.
And that is 7 turnovers for the Hawkeyes. And this first quarter. It's a lot of missed opportunities.
Hawks down 1. Here's Kaiser at the elbow. Hands it to Filia. Her jumper from 12 left wing is good. Filia with 14. Only Kaiser has scored for Michigan. And that's a basket. There's Sonano in the paint. Whips it to Stuelke. Gathers, goes up, and finishes off the window and is fouled. Great pass in the lane because they're doubling Sonano. And good hands and finish by Hannah Stuelke.
I like that Stuelke was then ready to go and create. She didn't wait a second. She didn't wait for something else. She was down there and she put it up right away, kept the ball up high. And good pass from Monica Sonano.
And the free throw, perfect. Hannah's been working on those free throws. Cameron Williams the foul. And with that three-pointer, we're tied at 16. Hannah Stuelke off the bench with 5 already. 1:20 left to go in the first. Brown off the dribble, pull-up jumper from 8 on the baseline is good. That's her first basket. Here's Clark, who only has 2 so far. Martin now in between the circles. Now to Davis. Still outside of the arc. Bounce pass inside to Sonano. Her turnaround jumper is short. Molly Davis with the rebound and put back. Molly Davis racing in. Grabbed the ball and put it right back up with the right hand.
The shortest player out there got the rebound down inside. So, I mean, that means crashing. That's the importance of crashing.
Tied at 18, Michigan basketball. With 35 seconds, nice interior pass. Williams gets it from Kaiser and finishes the layup. Her first basket. And the Hawks can hold for 1. Down 2. 20-18, final seconds of the first quarter. See if the Hawks can execute here at the end of the quarter. They've been going with about 7 seconds. See if they do it a little bit earlier here. Nope, they'll wait till 7. Here's Clark. Hands it off to Molly Davis. She's triple team. Bounce pass inside Kate Martin. Turnaround jumper won't go. Bounced off the right side of the rim, but the Hawks got a really good look at the end.
I liked the 2 cuts inside. It was almost like they were crisscrossing, and it looked great, actually, for their last second shot.
Well, a good quarter. Both teams had their moments offensively as Michigan converted 3 of their last 3 from the field. But we've got a 2-point ball game 10 minutes in. Michigan 20, Iowa 18. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Probably know that a natural gas leak smells like rotten eggs. But what does a gas leak look or sound like? If you hear a whooshing or hissing sound, see dirt, dust, or water spraying from an area, or you get dizzy or queasy, leave the area immediately, then call 1-800-595-5325 once you're safely away. See MidAmericanEnergy.com for more safety tips.
Paid for by the customers of MidAmerican Energy.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Variety Pack. You hear that? It's seltzer with the pop of soda, all with 0 sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, IRC Beers, St. Louis, Missouri.
Running a business is a lot of work. Luckily, I've got a great partner.
Oh, I think you.
I meant U.S. Bank.
I knew that.
US Bank Business Essentials is a huge help to us.
Totally. Their comprehensive point-of-sale system does it all. Tracks inventory, manages schedules, customizes orders.
Plus all the regular banking stuff.
If only it could make coffee.
Nah, that's your job.
From point of sale to quick loans, we have many ways to make your business boom. That's what US Bank is for. US Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
After one from Ann Arbor, it is Michigan 20, Iowa 18. Lila Filia with 14 for Michigan. McKenna Warnock with 6. Hannah Stolke with 5 to lead the way for the Hawkeyes. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Iowa Hawkeye Women's Basketball. In the first quarter for the Hawkeyes, 7 out of 13, 53.8%, 3 of 6 from the three-point line. And Hannah Stolke made Iowa's only free throw attempt so far. Michigan, 8 of 19, 42%, 2 out of 4 from 3.
Yeah, Warnock started really hot for the Hawkeyes and then kind of went silent the last 5 minutes, and just want to see more from her. That's what we want. We want more shots coming from her.
Well, they're doubling Clark and they're doubling Sonato. So somebody's got to be open, right?
You're right. You're right.
There's 4 defenders on 2 players. Now's your chance to make a difference and join the Swarm and partner with Iowa's women's basketball program to serve charities in Eastern Iowa. Learn more at iowaswarm.com. Michigan basketball. And Stolke almost with the steal. And now an inside move by Kyra Evans, 6'2" freshman. She went to work in the paint and gets her first basket and the first points off the Michigan bench. And Hawkeyes turn it over along the baseline.
Just an unforced turnover as Martin was driving in, just bounced right off her foot and went out of bounds. Not things that you normally see them do, but these are important pieces for today for Iowa to be able to get that W.
Yep, Kate just had that go off her left shoe. 22-18 Michigan. And a jumper by Kaiser is no good from the top of the key. Loose ball dug up by Hannah Stolke.
I think a smart decision to have Stolke in right now because she's producing when she's in, so keep her in. Let's see what she can do.
Done a lot so far. Here's Clark in between the circles. Now angles to the right side. Maddie Nolan on her. Gets it to Stolke, top of the key. Hannah makes a move, goes to the basket with the left hand. Good shot, but it climbed off the front of the iron. A rebound by Kyra Evans. Now Leah Brown. And now all the way to the rim is Jordan Hobbs. Not much of a score, but Hobbs took it from the left wing, drove in, and got the layup to go, and it's 24-18. Good start to the quarter for Michigan. Here's Warnock, and she collided with Clark, and then the ball dug up by Maddie Nolan. Just way too many turnovers for the Hawkeyes. Brown whips a pass inside. Kaiser finishes in the paint. Timeout, Iowa.
And Coach Bluter is just probably like, I don't know what you're doing. What just happened? And normally they come out of timeouts, quarters, really well and really respond. And this was one where they actually went the complete opposite way.
So a 6-0 run to start the third quarter. And Iowa wants to talk things over. You don't want to get too far behind a very good basketball team that has been playing well in the Michigan Wolverines. 8:10 left to go, second quarter. Michigan 26, Iowa 18. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
The holidays are for making memories, and Honda can help you make them. Whether it's hauling presents in a capable Ridgeline, going sledding in an adventurous Pilot, or traveling in a rugged Passport or CR-V. Make memories during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer.
New Hondas are arriving daily at your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest.
See dealer for financing details.
At Cenex, we're locally owned and operated, so your community is our community. That's why your Cenex goes far beyond the store. We fuel community connections by supporting local festivals, restoring town monuments, and renovating baseball fields. Now in its 4th year, we'll have contributed more than $400,000 to Cenex communities through our Hometown Pride initiative, because community connections make the places we live so special. Cenex, powered locally.
.8:10 left to go in the second quarter. Michigan 26, Iowa 18. After an Iowa timeout, Michigan starts the quarter on a 6-0 run. It's a great time to join the Iowa Lottery's free VIP club. Members receive free plays, special offers, insider news, and can enter promotions to win cash and other great prizes. Visit www.ialottery.com/VIP to learn more. 9 turnovers for the Hawkeyes and just 4 assists. That's a number we're not used to seeing, that combination.
No, not at all. The opposite. It's actually normally what it might be if you're seeing those types of numbers. You'd see the 9 assists and 4 turnovers, but not today. So Iowa still has plenty of time, though, to figure out how to better control the ball. A lot of the turnovers are ones that they just don't normally make. Errant passes, forcing things inside. There was an offensive foul, dribbling off the foot. Just a lot of things all happening in this first half for the Hawkeyes. So that's a focus for them. Make sure that each possession, they make additional efforts to just make good decisions. That's it.
Clark with the basketball out of the timeout. Gets it to Gabby Marshall and almost stolen away by Hobbs. Now Sonato, 16 feet away from the hoop. Takes a couple of dribbles and tries to get it to McKenna Warnock. Does on the left wing. 9 to shoot. Now Warnock, gets the ball back from Sonato. Now to Gabby Marshall with 3. Drives the paint. Scoop shot is up and no good and didn't hit the rim. That's a shot clock violation. Monica Sonato almost triple teamed that time. And 2.5 players on her. Has not scored. And now Michigan returns the favor as Brown tried to get the ball into the corner to Maddie Nolan. That pass too tall. And Iowa basketball down 26-18. And Isla Filia back into the game. The 6-foot sophomore.
And Michigan is playing hard deep. They are getting out there on Iowa. They are not giving much space on every single player.
Inside, Monica Sonato, and that's going to be a charge, trying to create some space and post up.
Okay, that one I disagree with. But still, it is now something that Monica needs to know that they're calling that. I don't think she really displaced them, but they're saying she displaced the defender who was behind her.
Well, the one thing is she's not getting to a comfortable place to post. She's had to catch the ball in different spots and wide open underneath. Emily Kaiser with an easy layup. Michigan's getting the ball in deep.
And Kaiser, it was really all she did was a simple cut through and it was open. So she had an easy little baby hook right over the front of the rim.
Now Folter, bounce pass to Sonato, whips it out to McKenna Warnock, fakes a 3, takes a step in, missed the shot from 21, but the long rebound into the hands of Gabby Marshall. Now Sonato, left block, turns, goes up strong and finishes the ball over the front of the rim, and she is fouled from behind, and Sonato on the board and a chance for a 3-point play.
That was some resiliency for Sonato to come back down after just getting that foul and still post up hard. She still did. She posted up hard. You could tell she was being a little mindful to not get another foul call. But then the nice finish of just building and gathering herself and doing a simple shot.
Free throw perfect. Foul on Evans. Hawks pull to within 28-21. 6:20 left to go in the second quarter.
That's Iowa's first score for this quarter.
Down 20-18 after one. Now the Hawks have gone to a 2-3 zone. And Camp Schrader knocks down a three from the left wing. Greta Camp Schrader, transfer from Oregon State.
And Caitlin Clark with a quick three coming across the half court. Doesn't go, though.
And then a battle for the rebound in the paint. It'll be a tie-up situation. And Hawkeyes will have possession along the baseline. So Sonato with three and Clark with just two. Only shot 2 times. Clark gets it into a Fulter on the right wing at the three-point arc. Dribbles into the paint, tries to slide a pass to Sonato. She grabs it and goes through 2 defenders and lays it up off the window. Monica Sonato coming alive.
She did, and just made some lemonade from lemons. Not a good pass, but still held on to it, grabbed it, and recreated something, and got 2 points for the Hawks.
Well, you get the feeling nothing easy for Sonato against Michigan. And here's a steal on the perimeter by Gabby Marshall. Took it away from Camp Schrader. Marshall across the timeline, hands it off to Warnock. Hawks down 31-23. Clark gets a pass to Sonato. Back to Caitlin. Jumper paint. Gets it to go. Nice job by Sonato and Clark as Sonato just kind of shoveled the ball to Caitlin. Had that little runner in the paint.
Yep. Just a little Clark, Sonato, Clark pass in there.
And now the Hawks starting to double on the perimeter. Got to get aggressive. Here's Filia. Gets it inside to Kaiser, goes to work on the right block, no. And now a push is going to be called on Michigan.
I like that. You could tell that Michigan was a little bit shook up by Iowa being more aggressive and throwing on those jump. I don't know what you would actually call them. More, they were just trying to create some havoc, and they did
just
exactly
trying to double
that.
out on the perimeter.
And I like that. I like adding a little change. That's great.
They're chasing the ball.
Yep. And if it works, you do it again. And if it works, you do it again. And if it stops working, that's okay, because that gives them a little bit of energy back.
Evans picks up her second. 6'2" freshman backs up the 4 and the 5. And inside, Molly Davis. And she scores the basket.
I don't know what happened, but it looked like she was grabbing at her hip afterwards. And she shot, but nobody was on her right side, and she was grabbing at her right side.
So Molly Davis got the ball in deep on the...
She was on the right side, and there was a player on her left. She shot the ball. I don't even know if there was much contact. I'm guessing she might have came down on something, though, and which happens with players sometimes. You come down a little bit off.
So Davis scored and is still down right along the baseline. Got inside and then went up with the right hand. Finished off the window.
We're just taking a look while they're kind of checking in on her.
Yeah, they're just...
It's something definitely on her right side.
Yeah,
I
just
can't figure out what part of it is.
Yeah, right leg is what they're trying to move around.
My first thought is that she, probably the way she reacted was to me like if you've ever pulled or tore a muscle, if you've ever seen people do that.
Because you're right, as soon as she hit the paint, she grabbed that right hip.
Yeah, so to me, like, if you've ever seen someone when they've I'm thinking a hamstring usually, but that's not where she grabbed. But that's kind of the reaction you see. It's almost like they're getting sniped, right? That's what it kind of looks like a reaction to. Something acutely hitting them. She's out, and she's walking off with the help of 2 of the managers.
And she's
putting some weight on it.
Oh, yeah, going to go to the end of the bench.
If it is muscular, I can't see her coming back in, but maybe. But usually muscular means you're going to be out.
So Davis scores, pulls Iowa to within 31-27. And the Hawks playing defense against the Wolverines. Made a nice little run after timeout, and then traveling is called on Filia as she tried to get in the paint, then kind of lost control of the ball. But the Hawks were there defensively, and the aggressive defense has certainly helped.
And Monica Sonato has done a good job of reading who's coming in, and that's that next level of play. Okay, that's Filia. Okay, I better step up on her. And she tried to grab the ball and create a turnover and create a travel.
And a beautiful pass. Caitlin Clark gets the angle and finds Monica Sonato. And the easy right-handed layup, Sonato with 7.
You just have to wait sometimes. Don't force it. Wait for something to be created by moving the ball.
And a lob pass is intercepted by Sonato in the paint as Michigan tried to get it inside. Now Clark in the front court. Hawks can tie with a 2. Clark gets in the paint, goes up strong and couldn't get it to go. Bounced 2 times on the front of the rim. Rebound down to Michigan. Pass ahead to Filia. Lila now in between the circles. Kicks it to Brown, left wing. Hawkeyes stay in that 2-3 zone, but really extending it out. And here's the jumper that is up and no good by Evans. And the long rebound taken down by Caitlin Clark. Dribbles the ball behind her back. Now forces it inside to Sonato, who goes up and is fouled by Kyra Evans. And that is 3.
And a great decision. If she's one-on-one and a player's on her back, always the ball should go to Monica Sonato, and that's exactly the scenario that was just happening there. So good read by Clark to get it inside quickly, not allow them to get set up into a defensive set, and take advantage of Sonato.
And Monica knocks down the first free throw. Really good passing the last 2 possessions by the Hawkeyes, and Sonato splits the net with the second one, and she has 9 points.
And she was silent in the first quarter, correct?
Yeah, all these points have come in second quarter.
They
9
sure
of them.
have. And Hannah Stolke comes in to give Monica Sonato a rest, and the good news is Stolke's been playing great.
And we are tied at 31. Hawks have climbed all the way back. Michigan basketball. Here's Brown to the free throw line. Kicks it right side. Maddie Nolan for 3. Got it. That's her first basket, coming off of 17 against Penn State. Averages 8.6. Michigan by 3. 2:44 left to go until halftime. Here's Warnock. Bounce pass to Clark along the baseline, drives in, goes up and scores. In between 2 Wolverines, Caitlin Clark with 6.
A little adjustment at the end as a player came over, a defender came, and she adjusted in the midair with her shot.
Hawks down 1, Michigan with the basketball. The zone has worked. Hawks are getting out on the perimeter. Really have that spaced out. They're doubling the ball. And now Kaiser recognizes it and goes in. And an Iowa foul. That'll be on Hannah Stolke. Her first, team second. And here's good news. Molly Davis back in the ballgame.
So I wonder, so probably not muscular. Could have just been something, maybe a pain point she has.
Yeah, I think she just fell on her hip.
Yeah. If I fall on my hip right now, I'm just going to tell you. I'm going to be taking 2 days off work.
You and me both. Free throw good. Kaiser with 7. Second one short, and Warnock in there for the rebound. To Clark, down court to Stolke, layup
gosh.
good. What a catch.
That was beautiful.
Hannah Stolke running the court beautifully.
And I love, Clark knows her. You can tell Clark really gets, she placed it perfectly. She had total confidence that Stolke would get there.
And Hannah did and has 7 points. Tied at 35. Along the baseline, Williams fakes, goes up, and scores. Cameron Williams' second basket has 4. Clark all the way to the rim, no. Warnock the rebound, though. Kicks it out to Gabby Marshall, who penetrates the paint. Now out to Warnock for 3. Woo! Got it to go. Right at the top of the key, McKenna Warnock with 3 threes.
A beautiful swirly roll in. Love that kind.
Now the Hawks have shot well
They
over the
sure
years
have.
here at the Chrysler Center. And grab a 1-point advantage at 38-37. Filia off the dribble, jumper from 12, no. Clark, nice box out in the rebound, brings it across the timeline herself. Kicks it right side, Molly Davis fakes the three, baseline, and now kicks it left side to Gabby Marshall. No good on the three-pointer.
Just wanted that one to go. Give Iowa a little cushion going in. But they will get the ball back most likely for one more possession.
With 45 seconds, lob pass inside. Williams left wide open. Anna Stalkey left the paint area. Williams with 6. 39-38 Michigan.
Man, Iowa's getting so smart with their gameplay, though, right there. They just let the ball roll for 8 seconds and killed the clock so that the shot clock wouldn't start, so there's a 3-second differential.
Hawks will hold it. Clark just dribbling with the right hand out near the timeline. 12 to shoot. Hawks usually go at about 7. Here goes Clark. She'll fire a three-pointer and swishes this one from 24 feet. Now you got to play defense, and
a quiet Clark comes alive with just a
she
few
liked that
seconds
one,
to go.
huh?
Man, I love that one.
And now a backcourt blocking foul will be called on Marshall.
But nobody goes to the line, so not a bad foul, actually. I mean, you don't really want her to pick up a foul right there, but
41-39 Hawkeyes. Let's see if Iowa can go in with a halftime lead. 2.3 on the clock. Brown with the jumper for Kaiser, no good. Missed it from 15 on the right wing. And that'll do it for the first 2 quarters of basketball.
I held my breath on that one. I really was like, come on, give them the lead. They fought so hard. That quarter was great for the Hawkeyes. Started off really not great. But Iowa with a slowly inched their way back into that game. And now going in with the lead.
And Jamie really started at the defensive end.
It did.
That 2-3 zone.
The 2-3 zone, just the additional pressure of going and trying to trap on ball. Loved it. I love that decision, and it gave them a little spark that I think they needed.
After Michigan had a 2-point lead after 1 and scored the first 6 points of the second quarter, Hawks called timeout, played very good basketball all the way to the close of the first half. Dodge Street Tire and Auto, locally owned and operated and voted best of the area for the 10th consecutive year, proudly supports Iowa women's basketball. Trust Dodge Street Tire for honest auto repair and the best deals on Goodyear and Toyota tires. Dodge Street Tire and Auto, celebrating over 30 good years on the corner of Dodge and Church Streets. Bud Light halftime show coming up next from Ann Arbor, Iowa, with the lead at the half. Hawks 41, the Wolverines 39. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
At Cenex, we're locally owned and operated, so your community is our community. That's why your Cenex goes far beyond the store. We fuel community connections by supporting local festivals, restoring town monuments, and renovating baseball fields. Now in its 4th year, we'll have contributed more than $400,000 to Cenex communities through our Hometown Pride initiative, because community connections make the places we live so special. Cenex, powered locally.
At MidAmerican Energy, we want to help keep you safe around power lines and electrical equipment. Always assume a power line is energized, even if it's on the ground. To avoid the risk of an accidental shock or electrocution, avoid touching a power line with anything. And when you see high voltage warnings on transformers and substations, stay away. We care about you and your safety. Get more tips at midamericanenergy.com.
Paid for by the customers of MidAmerican Energy.
When you set up a savings goal with U.S. Bank, it grows with you. There's no limit to what you can crochet. Can do. Doesn't have to be crocheting, but it totally could be. Like the headphones you're listening to this ad with, you could totally crochet those. There's no telling where your savings goal will take you. Maybe you'll save enough for yarn to crochet your house or the whole town. Oh, right. Doesn't have to be crochet related.
Set up savings goals on the U.S. Bank mobile app, even for the wildest of dreams. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Variety Pack. You hear that? It's seltzer with the pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, IRC Beers, St. Louis, Missouri.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
Welcome back to the Chrysler Center, Ann Arbor, Michigan. We are at the half. Iowa 41, Michigan 39. Time for the halftime show, brought to you by Bud Light. Bud Light proudly welcomes Hawkeye fans to Carver Hawkeye Arena this year. Bud Light is for the fans. And Jamie, how about the individual numbers for the first 20 minutes?
Ooh, you know, if I had to tell you these individual numbers starting in the first quarter, that would have been good. But it's feeling pretty good to talk about them right now here at the half. Iowa has actually no players in double figures, which seems shocking. But that is true. 3 players with 9 points for the Hawkeyes. McKenna Warnock, 9 points, 3 of 4 from the three-point line. Caitlin Clark, 9 points. She's 4 of 8 from the field. And 9 points from Monica Sonano, who's 3 of 4 from the field and 3 of 3 from the free throw line. 7 coming from Stolke off the bench. 4 from Molly Davis off the bench. 3 from Gabby Marshall. And that rounds it out for scoring for the Hawkeyes. Rebounds. Iowa has 3 players with 3 rebounds. That's Clark, Sonano, and Stolke. Monica Sonano leading the way with 4 assists. That in-out coming in big for the Hawkeyes. Caitlin Clark adding on 3 assists. And then 3 Hawkeyes that each have 1 steal, 1 block for Caitlin Clark. And that'll round it out for the Hawks, leading the way for Michigan. Layla Filia, she has 14, but that is what I believe she had at the end of quarter 1. So Iowa held her scoreless during that second quarter. 7 points from Kaiser, 6 points from Williams, and then all the other players have 3 or 2 points. Looking at a comparison for rebounds, Iowa winning the rebounding award just by 1 with 14 rebounds compared to 13 rebounds. Have definitely slowed down on the turnovers. Iowa now with just 10 turnovers. In the first quarter, they had 7. And then the 9 assists, each team has 9 assists. So Iowa, though, is looking much, much better. They're shooting really well. They're 16 of 29 from the field, 55%. They're 50% from three-point line. So, I mean, they are fire when it comes for that shot right now.
Let's hope it continues. We are at the half. Iowa 41 and Michigan 39. We'll check the U.S. Bank scoreboard when we return. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel. The Jill Armstrong team with Skogman Realty, the area's premier realtor. And Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. Handling all of your exterior needs from roofing, siding, windows, and gutters. They've got you covered. Providing free damage inspections and help filing insurance claims. Call 319-343-6376.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Variety Pack. You hear that? It's seltzer with the pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, IRC Beers, St. Louis, Missouri.
People say you should see the ball drop at Times Square at least one time, but being there for New Year's Eve and winning $1 million live on national television? How's that for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity? With the Iowa Lottery's Powerball First Millionaire of the Year, you and a guest could appear on Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve. One lucky winner will win $1 million just after midnight. Enter your Powerball tickets and see rules and complete details at ialottery.com/VIP.
Woohoo! Time to redo this basement?
Yeah. A home gym, movie theater, model train utopia.
Or yoga studio?
I'm flexible-ish.
Great. I'll just use the U.S. Bank mobile app so we can plan it out.
Which way are you leaning? Setting a savings goal or applying for a home improvement loan?
I say we look at both options, right here in the app.
Budget for a really good home gym. We deserve it.
Noted.
Help for today, planning for tomorrow. That's what U.S. Bank is for. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender member FDIC.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Iowa. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
Welcome back to the Bud Light Halftime Show. Iowa 41, Michigan 39. After Michigan led 2018 after one. Time for the U.S. Bank scoreboard update. Put your trust in a bank that's been focused on serving the people and businesses in Iowa and all across the country since 1863. That's U.S. Bank. Stop by your local branch or log on today. U.S. Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Big Ten women's basketball today, 3 finals. Number 13, Maryland, 94. Michigan State, 85. Penn State over Purdue by 10, 70-60. And Rutgers gets a home victory over Nebraska, 57-45. On the men's side, of course, Iowa and Rutgers from Piscataway tomorrow morning at 11. A final with Michigan and Michigan State. The Spartans 59, the Wolverines 53 from East Lansing. And winding down in the second quarter in the NFL, the Kansas City Chiefs lead the Las Vegas Raiders 14-3. That's a quick look at the U.S. Bank scoreboard. We'll be back with more halftime after the break. Iowa 41, Michigan 39. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Running a business is a lot of work. Luckily, I've got a great partner.
Oh, I thank you.
I meant U.S. Bank.
I knew that.
U.S. Bank Business Essentials is a huge help to us.
Totally. Their comprehensive point-of-sale system does it all. Tracks inventory, manages schedules, customizes orders.
Plus all the regular banking stuff.
If only it could make coffee.
Nah, that's your job.
From point of sale to quick loans, we have many ways to make your business boom. That's what U.S. Bank is for. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender member FDIC.
At Cenex, we're locally owned and operated, so your community is our community. That's why your Cenex goes far beyond the store. We fuel community connections by supporting local festivals, restoring town monuments, and renovating baseball fields. Now in its 4th year, we'll have contributed more than $400,000 to Cenex communities through our Hometown Pride initiative, because community connections make the places we live so special. Cenex, powered locally.
The holidays are for making memories, and Honda can help you make them. Whether it's hauling presents in a capable Ridgeline, going sledding in an adventurous Pilot, or traveling in a rugged Passport or CR-V. Make memories during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer.
New Hondas are arriving daily at your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest.
See dealer for financing details.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Variety Pack. You hear that? It's seltzer with the pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, IRC Beers, St. Louis, Missouri.
And welcome back, Hawk fans, to the Chrysler Center here in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Iowa 41, Michigan 39 here at halftime. And now we are going to take a little bit of time to talk about these points in the paint. Iowa, 22 points in the paint so far, 22 of their 41. Michigan, 18 of their 39 are coming from the paint. So Iowa winning that war of those high percentage points in the paint. And when we come back, we will be heading in and starting up that third quarter. Again, Iowa 41, Michigan 39. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
When you set up a savings goal with U.S. Bank, it grows with you. There's no limit to what you can crochet. Can do. Doesn't have to be crocheting, but it totally could be. Like the headphones you're listening to this ad with, you could totally crochet those. There's no telling where your savings goal will take you. Maybe you'll save enough for yarn to crochet your house or the whole town. Oh, right. Doesn't have to be crochet related.
Set up savings goals on the U.S. Bank mobile app, even for the wildest of dreams. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The Hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel. The Jill Armstrong team with Skogman Realty, the area's premier realtor. And Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. The Hotel Kirkwood, named the Corridor Business Journal's 2022 Best Banquet and Event Venue. And awarded the AAA 4 Diamond Award for lodging. To make reservations, visit thehotelatKirkwood.com or call 877-751-5111 for more information.
The holidays are for making memories, and Honda can help you make them. Whether it's hauling presents in a capable Ridgeline, going sledding in an adventurous Pilot, or traveling in a rugged Passport or CRV. Make memories during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer.
New Hondas are arriving daily at your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest.
See dealer for financing details.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Variety Pack. You hear that? It's seltzer with the pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, IRC Beers, St. Louis, Missouri.
Just about ready to start the third quarter. Iowa and Michigan. Top 20 matchup. The Hawks 16th in the AP poll. Michigan at 14. It should be an outstanding third and fourth quarters of basketball. Molly's Cupcakes proudly serving their cookies and treats inside Kinnick Stadium and also Carver Hawkeye Arena. For a taste of unique flavors you'll love, stop by their downtown Iowa City location for homemade cupcakes, cookies, cakes, bars, and coffee drinks. All of Jamie's favorites. Molly's Cupcakes is a proud supporter of the Iowa Hawkeyes.
If there's sugar or caffeine in it, I'm in.
You're okay with it?
Yes.
All right. Michigan basketball. Basket to our left. Bounce pass inside to Williams. Missed the left-handed layup. Gets her own rebound. Goes up and finishes with the right hand. Hawkeyes with Clark. Race the ball down. It's caught on the baseline. Now back out to Sonato. Now Warnock for three. A little bit short. And the rebound and put back by Kate Martin on the right block. Way to fly to the ball by Kate Martin.
And Martin has been pretty quiet today, and the
first basket.
First points on the board for her.
Hawks now by 2. Here's Nolan on the right wing, takes a couple of dribbles. Now left side, Filia for 3, rimming no. And the ball tapped out by Sonato and dug up by Gabby Marshall in the corner. Ahead to Kate Martin, left wing. Bounce pass Sonato. Back to Kate. Floater is up and in. Layup over the front of the iron. Kate Martin with a quick 4 here in the third quarter. And the Hawks go up by 4.
Well, she's waking up in the second half.
Here's Nolan for 3. Right wing, no. Long rebound. Filia drives in. Can't convert. And then the ball tapped out by McKenna Warnock along the baseline. Boy, you just got to limit the opportunities for Michigan with second and third chance up scoring opportunities. Michigan basketball. Brown tries to get it out to Filia, then knocked out of bounds along the sideline by Kate Martin. So there's some more aggressive defense.
That's
been really good. It's sparked Iowa since the second quarter.
Get those hands up. Hands up are just one little thing you can do to become bigger.
Michigan gets it in. Here's Filia along the baseline. She's doubled. Kicks it out to Brown for three. Straight away, no good. Clark, the rebound in the paint. Whips it away from Filia and brings it across the timeline. Here's Clark, right wing. Finds a seam, drives all the way in and lays it up and in. No help by Kaiser. Clark with 11.
Everyone kept coming out on her, and then it's like she lulled them to sleep, like acted like she was going to stop, and then she went again. She did like 3 times.
47-41, Hawkeyes. Williams drops it underneath for Kaiser. Nice little high-low. Kaiser with 9.
You got to have that help side come across, though. I mean, if they're going to do any of that double teaming or do anything like that, you got to have the help side drop in.
Here's Clark. She'll fire a 3 left wing off the right side of the iron over the top of the window and out of bounds, but Clark had a good look.
And I think that they're going to fall for Clark. Clark, she has a lot of confidence. She's a great player and has only gotten better this year at realizing how to get into the swing of things.
47-43, Michigan with the ball. Hawks with the advantage. Here's Leah Brown on the right wing. Drops a pass into Williams, and she took an extra step as McKenna Warnock was there defensively.
Saw a good read. Saw that Williams was cutting down the lane after she released from a screen and just stood there. That's all it took.
Yeah, and she likes to get going a little too quick.
Yep, and just stood there and got a turnover.
Inside out. Here's Kate Martin. Fakes a 3, spins, paint shot, no. Beautiful move.
It was real pretty.
Kate just a little bit strong on the floater from the paint. Approaching 7 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Hawks by 4. Here's Kaiser. Hands it off to Brown. Medium range jumper, right wing, good.
And Brown has been pretty quiet. And so Iowa, yeah, they have the lead, but if Brown comes alive, you have some players start coming alive for them, they can easily, it's not a game that Iowa has under their belts by any means.
Only a 2-point lead. Leah Brown now with 4, averaging 15.3. Michigan has 3 players that average in double figures. Iowa basketball, inside to Sonano, back outside to Kate Martin, 3-pointer, no. Warnock works hard and grabs the offensive rebound, then dribbles it back out. Here's Clark on the right wing, drives in, layup, count it, and she's fouled by Williams, who tried to come over and help but was late.
To anybody else, there was nothing available in the lane, but Clark, she's like, yeah, I think I can make that work, and she did. Great read for her.
Coach Bluter loved that rebound by McKenna Warnock, as she should.
Well, it was her versus 3 Michigan players, and she had to really battle. Not just get the rebound, but then she had to keep the rebound.
So Clark at the free throw line and scores Iowa's 50th point. Clark with 14, had 9 at intermission. Elise Stuck comes into the game for Cameron Williams. Backup post player. Iowa by 5 at 52-45. First couple of minutes of the third quarter, Michigan basketball. Brown lobs a pass to Maddie Nolan. Free throw line extended left. Now gets it back to Brown, and her jumper from 15 is good left wing. She does a good job to move without the ball. Brown with 6, transfer from Nebraska. Michigan pulls to within 3. Here's Clark in the front court. Molly Davis in the corner to Marshall. Bounce pass inside to Sonano. Shuffled her feet, and traveling will be called on Sonano.
Yeah, but rare travel from Sonano. Usually does a really good job of getting those feet set, just not quite that time.
She had 9 in the first half. Michigan can tie with a 3. Filia on the left wing. Hawks continue to stay in that extended 2-3 zone, which has left things open underneath. Here's Nolan for 3, right wing, no. Filia gets the rebound, has it slapped away by Sonano into the hands of Caitlin Clark across the timeline. Caitlin spins, goes down the left side. Now opposite to Molly Davis for 3, no good from the right baseline. Michigan the rebound. Brown across the timeline. Lob pass inside. Shot is up and good by Stuck. Nice catch underneath.
Yeah, but that's I think the first time we've seen the transition beat Iowa back. So hopefully that's just a fluke right there, and Iowa can keep playing good D.
Clark all the way to the rim. Right-handed layup on the left side is no good, but she is pushed from behind and will be rewarded with 2 free throws. Lee Stuck her first. Martin back. Hannah Stolke as well.
And Clark, who normally draws a lot of fouls, didn't go to the free throw line in the first half at all. So this is only her second trip to the free throw line in this game.
Well, here last year drew 10 fouls in that 46-point performance.
We still have 15 minutes. There is a chance she could get there.
It was 25 in the fourth quarter last year. Free throw, good. That's 15 for Clark. Caitlin fires the second one up perfect. So Kate Martin, who had 2 quick baskets to start the third quarter. Hawks go back on top. 52-49. 5 minutes exactly left to go in the third from Ann Arbor. Here's Hobbs into the game. Hands it off to Maddie Nolan. Right wing beyond the three-point arc. Davis comes out on her. Hawks now go back to man-to-man defense. Three-pointer Kaiser, no. And a foul will be called underneath. That'll be Davis with a push, her first.
And Davis was doing a good job boxing out. The reason they're going to call a foul on that is her hands were down. And that is rule number 1 when you're boxing out. Hands got to be up. Otherwise, they're always going to call that.
Timeout on the court with 4:42 left to go in the third. Iowa 52, Michigan 49. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
Time to redo this basement?
Yeah. A home gym, movie theater, model train utopia.
Or yoga studio?
I'm flexible-ish.
Great. I'll just use the U.S. Bank mobile app so we can plan it out.
Which way are you leaning? Setting a savings goal or applying for a home improvement loan?
I say we look at both options, right here in the app.
Budget for a really good home gym. We deserve it.
Noted.
Help for today, planning for tomorrow. That's what U.S. Bank is for. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender member FDIC.
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel, the Jill Armstrong team, with Skogman Realty, the area's premier realtor, and Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. Jill Armstrong and her team strive to make every buyer and seller at ease with the real estate process. Contact the Jill Armstrong team with Skogman Realty for all of your real estate needs. Call 319-631-5455.
Rob Brooks and Jamie Lang back inside the Chrysler Center. Ann Arbor, Michigan, Iowa 52, and Michigan 49. 4:42 left to go in the third. Kansas City Chiefs lead Las Vegas 24-3 at the half. As U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless company and official wireless partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes, join the national network built by locals for locals. And Caitlin Clark had 9 at the half, has 16 points. And then Kate Martin with a couple of big field goals to start off the third quarter action.
Yeah. I mean, they were big ones. You needed Kate Martin to get in there. I mean, even if it's just for a couple of points, it gets her in the game, and that helps the team. I mean, she is truly one of those people that you just want her to be a part of it. Iowa right now, If we're looking at the leading scorers, though, I mean, you look at Caitlin Clark, and she's the only one in double figures, which is really not heard of for Iowa usually. We're usually a 2 to 3 person team. And almost always you see it by the third quarter. So Iowa is just sharing the ball really well right now. You're seeing a lot more points coming off of the bench, and those are all real positives for the Hawkeyes.
But Sonato's got 9 and Warnock's got 9.
Yeah.
Michigan basketball. And they finally get it in. Long pass out to Hobbs. And then she throws it away. Picked off by Hannah Stolke. Head to Kate Martin. Free throw line extended right. And tried to get it cross court. That was tipped up in the air by Camp Schrader. And Michigan in the front court. Gone to the bench a little bit. Hobbs gets into the paint. Up and under move off the window with the left hand. Jordan Hobbs, her second field goal. And Michigan to within 1. Stolke goes to work down on the right block. Left-handed shot is up and gets the roll.
Great finish. And she can probably do that without the dribble. She used the dribble there. That would be one thing I'd say to improve. She made it, so I'm not going to complain.
A lot of rim, but went in.
It went in.
9 for Hannah. And now Camp Schrader for 3. Right wing, no. And a Michigan foul on the rebound. Elise Stuck picks up her second, 6'1" junior. Sonato and Clark back. Stolke and Marshall will sit down. Iowa by 3 with the basketball. 3:46 left to go third. Filia back for Michigan. Remember, she had 14 in the first quarter, has not scored since. She comes out on Caitlin Clark, who gets it to Martin. Now back to Clark, top of the key, whips a pass inside Sonato, and contact and a foul is going to go on Elise Stuck. There was contact, but that was kind of a flop, I thought.
I think it was a flop, and I don't even think she was outside the... yeah, I definitely think it was forced. She was just trying to draw something.
And that'll put Monica Sonato on the free throw line. Still attracting a lot of defensive attention from the Wolverines. First one good for Monica. There's a second Hawkeye in double figures.
That's great. All we need is one more from... We'll quickly have 3 Hawkeyes in double figures if you can get McKenna Warnock to shoot this next time down.
Well, Warnock with 9, Stolke with 9, free throw good. Sonato with 11. Hawks up by 5. 3:27 left to go third quarter. Here's Hobbs, right wing to Filia. Makes a move in the paint, cut off by Clark. Now back to Hobbs. Now Filia. Gets it inside to Kaiser. Back out to Hobbs for 3. No. Long rebound into the hands of Caitlin Clark across the timeline. Caitlin kicks it left side to Martin. Gets it to Sonato. Back to Martin. Her shot is good on the baseline. Count it. And she is fouled. Almost too far underneath the basket. Flipped it up and got it to go.
You missed the fancy part. She threw the ball between the defender's legs to get it to Sonato.
On purpose?
On purpose. I'm not lying. This is going to be one for the highlight reels, and baby, it was cool. Threw it right between the defender's legs, which were wide apart. Got it into Sonato, which probably threw the defender off, to be quite honest. And then did a hard cut through, got the ball back. So assist Sonato. But cool pass, Kate Martin. 2 cool points.
I'll take the shot. That was a great looking shot. So Martin knocks down the free throw.
Martin just super cool that whole time. She got cool and she got some nice points for Iowa.
A 59-51. And now Michigan turns it over along the baseline. An errant pass.
They're probably busy talking about the between the leg pass that happened that you only see in like 7th grade basketball when people are trying to be silly.
Now Clark across the timeline, walks it, now goes to the right side. Is bumped by Kaiser and frees herself up for a jumper. Long range 2 won't go, but Martin gets the rebound in the paint, dribbles it back out. Now she'll cast a 3-pointer. Count it! Kate Martin from the right wing. 62-51 Hawkeyes. Martin with 10 in the quarter. Timeout Wolverines.
I love third quarter Kate. Third quarter Kate, man, she is a great Kate, and she is doing some fabulous things for the Hawkeyes. So even if she didn't come awake till now, I'm glad she's awake.
And they backed off after that terrific rebound in the paint by Martin. Brought it back out to the right wing, turned and squared up. Wasn't going to shoot it. Defense retreated and swishes the three from the right wing.
Just like shrug. That's the shrug shoulder three. I love the shrug shoulder three.
So 3 players now in double figures for the Hawkeyes on a roll here in the third quarter, up 62-51 with 2:25 left to go. Michigan timeout. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
The holidays are for making memories, and Honda can help you make them. Whether it's hauling presents in a capable Ridgeline, going sledding in an adventurous Pilot, or traveling in a rugged Passport or CR-V. Make memories during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer.
New Hondas are arriving daily at your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest.
See dealer for financing details.
We all love a good win. Catching up with friends, saving money at the pump, soaking up the perfect Iowa day, sitting down to a really, really good meal. These are the everyday delights that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the wins that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the crop they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. Learn more about how to share your own wins at iowacorn.org/Iowans win.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
You mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Variety Pack. You hear that? It's seltzer with the pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, IRC Beers, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hawkeyes on a really nice run. Has outscored Michigan 21-12 here in the third quarter on a 12-0 run the last 2:41, 10-0 the last 139, lead it 62-51. Now just got to keep that intensity up and the aggressiveness at the offensive end.
Right, this is feels like a really long quarter, and I think it's just because Iowa has went on some big runs offensively. It's the most points it feels like the most points they've scored. They already have 21 points with 2.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Yeah, it'd be wonderful if they could further this run just a little bit more, or at the very least, don't allow Michigan to go on their own. Be able to respond to any baskets that Michigan makes, and then keep that little cushion that they've built up for themselves.
So Michigan basketball out of the timeout. Get it into Kaiser. Now to Nolan. Back to Kaiser, and she'll fire a 17-foot jump shot. No good. And a right block rebound for Caitlin Clark. Brings it into the front court, and the ball is thrown away. It's not a good decision by Clark that time. Didn't have a good angle to try to get it across to McKenna Warnock.
Yeah, but McKenna held back too, so you got to read your teammates. She was slowing down. She thought she was picking up.
Evans into the game. Sets a screen for Brown, who gets it inside to Emily Kaiser. Oh, and she came down awkwardly on that right leg. Finished the layup.
I feel like if they stop that play right there, that she's got to come out, right? Okay.
Yeah, she will. She's still limping a little bit, but able to jog off. Kind of grabbed her calf. So maybe just pulled something, so she will come out. Cameron Williams back in for Michigan. 62-53 Hawkeyes. We're under 2, third quarter. Sonato comes out to set a screen for Clark, who's doubled. Gets it to Warnock, right wing. Inside Sonato, goes up strong and can't finish from the right block. That time had one-on-one coverage from Williams.
You just want that to go in.
And a lob pass in deep to Evans. She can't finish. And the ball dug up by Molly Davis. Nice job by the Hawkeyes. Rebounding has been much better in the second and third quarters. Warnock in between the circles. Clark fakes a three, right wing, drives baseline. Keeps the dribble going. And now lobs it inside to Sonano, who gathers and goes up and is tied up as the entry pass was tipped in the air. Monica had to go get it. And just kind of took the whole play out of rhythm.
Yeah, good thing she stuck with it because it would have been an instant turnover. Did what she could and ended up being a jump ball situation.
But Iowa basketball. Clark gets it in, out high to Martin, now inside to Sonano. This time finishes as she turned to her left shoulder, and the right-handed layup is good. Sonano with 13.
Great topping in, and then just a turnover from Michigan right there. They tried to inbound the ball and get the ball down low to Williams, and just went right past her. Which Iowa saw a similar thing just happen before with a turnover on a pass to McKenna Warnock.
That's 12 turnovers for Michigan. Iowa with 13, but had a bunch in the first quarter. Three-pointer, Clark, right wing, no. Michigan with the rebound, had good inside position. Leah Brown, Kaiser back into the game. Gets it to Filia, and a push will be called on McKenna Warnock as Filia tried to make a move from the left wing. That's her second.
And Michigan won't go to the line for that, but they will get the ball underneath their own basket.
64-53 Hawkeyes with 43 seconds left to go. And they get it into Brown in the paint, and she goes up from 5 feet away and scores. Off the inbounds play. Clark in the front court, out near midcourt. Bounce pass to Kate Martin. Now to Sonano.
Wow.
Back to a driving Caitlin Clark. And the left-handed layup is good.
Slick play. It worked really well. Nice pass from, who was that from? Sonano.
Yeah, Martin to Sonano to Clark. 66-55. Caitlin with 18. Here's Filia down the right side of the lane. Strong on the rebound. Warnock the rebound on the back end. And a jump ball will be called, and it'll be Michigan with the basketball.
And with 3 seconds left, you got to think that they're going to be going possibly into that lane again like they just did the previous play with Leah Brown. And she has a height advantage over Davis.
Hawks clog the middle this time. Pass out to Brown. Takes one dribble jumper. Got it. Long range two for Leah Brown, and Kate Martin was right there defensively.
Well, Brown is being guarded by Molly Davis, and Brown has a sizable height advantage. And Iowa's got to be, if Davis is on her still, they're going to have to make sure that they are helping. And there was help that came out.
Just a good shot.
Yep, it was
by
a good
Leah
shot.
Brown. Took one dribble and went up and was able to finish before the end of the third quarter. But a very good quarter for the Hawkeyes.
Yeah, I was going to say it's like that kind of sours it a little bit, but not enough. It still was a really great quarter for the Hawkeyes. 25 points. That's pretty fabulous. 25 points for the Hawkeyes, 18 points for the Wolverines.
And that equals Iowa 66, Michigan 57. 10 minutes of basketball left, fourth quarter. Coming up next, this is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Probably know that a natural gas leak smells like rotten eggs. But what does a gas leak look or sound like? If you hear a whooshing or hissing sound, see dirt, dust, or water spraying from an area, or you get dizzy or queasy, leave the area immediately, then call 1-800-595-5325 once you're safely away. See MidAmericanEnergy.com for more safety tips.
Paid for by the customers of MidAmerican Energy.
At Cenex, we're locally owned and operated, so your community is our community. That's why your Cenex goes far beyond the store. We fuel community connections by supporting local festivals, restoring town monuments, and renovating baseball fields. Now in its fourth year, we'll have contributed more than $400,000 to Cenex communities through our Hometown Pride initiative, because community connections make the places we live so special. Cenex, powered locally.
The holidays are for making memories, and Honda can help you make them. Whether it's hauling presents in a capable ridgeline, going sledding in an adventurous Pilot, or traveling in a rugged Passport or CRV. Make memories during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer.
New Hondas are arriving daily at your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest.
See dealer for financing details.
Wolverines 6-1 at home this year. 2-1 against AP top 25 teams. And Michigan has only been giving up 58.8 points per game. Iowa already with 66. Attention all Hawkeye fans who buy your own health insurance. Wellmark is on your side and on the healthcare insurance marketplace. Let's give it up for plans you can afford. The freedom to go to almost any doctor in Iowa. Free virtual care included. Check out wellmark.com/swish to compare plans.
Yeah, that last quarter for the Hawkeyes was just a strong quarter. And two players really led the way offensively for the Hawks, and that was Caitlin Clark and Kate Martin. Kate Martin with 10 points, Clark with 9 points. But Monica Sonata still throwing in 4. You didn't see anything from Warnock offensively, points-wise, but that's okay. That's almost like a secret weapon that you have that can come alive in the fourth if there's something where the Wolverines start to fight back a bit.
Iowa basketball. Here's Sonata at the free throw line. Drops it inside to Caitlin Clark, who goes up. Little high-low action. And a Michigan foul. Kaiser picks up her first. And free throws for Caitlin Clark to start the fourth quarter. Knocks down the first. So last year, Clark had 46 here and 38 at Carver. Makes both, has 20. And the Hawkeyes go up 68-57. Brown hands it to Filia. Now back to Brown on the right wing. Cross-court pass, Filia. Tries to go baseline, and she's cut off by Warnock. Hawks back in that 2-3 zone. Brown drops it inside. Spinning, Kaiser goes up with the left hand and finishes in front of the basket. Kaiser with 13. Hawkeyes quickly down court. Here's Davis in between the circles. Now to Marshall, right wing, bounce pass Sonato, 15 feet away. Now back to Clark for 3, ring it up. Caitlin Clark with a 3 right at the top of the key.
Just set up perfectly, and nice job waiting for it to be created, and nice pass out from Monica Sonato.
Evans, lob pass to Brown. Cross court to Nolan. Nolan penetrates the paint. Picks up her dribble 10 feet away, lobs a pass inside that goes off the side of the window and into the hands of Caitlin Clark. 71-59. Hawks with the lead in the basketball. Walks it across the timeline. Hesitates. Now brings it right side. Thought about a 3. Now needs some help. Bounce pass to Molly Davis. Now Clark gets it back and goes out to the timeline. Filia comes out on her. Now to Davis. She penetrates, goes down the right side, contact, scoop shot is up, and somehow got it to go off the window after a little bump in the air by Kyra Evans.
Molly Davis just been playing like she's a big one down there, and she's height-wise not, but doesn't matter. She's getting them finished.
73-59, Davis with 6, all the way to the rim. Kaiser down the right side and lays it up and in. Emily Kaiser with 15. And the ball tapped out of bounds by Michigan. Iowa will stay with possession. Jordan Hobbs in for Michigan. Clark now will walk it across the timeline. Slow the pace with 7:45 left to go. Hawks on top, 73-61. Here's Clark. On the left wing, goes baseline and move that pivot foot, traveling on the Hawkeyes.
came to a jump stop, but then just kind of flipped them.
Here's Leah Brown, angles right side. Kaiser, Filia. Remember the start she had, hasn't scored since. Michigan working it around the perimeter. Filia, free throw line extended left, now gets it inside. Kaiser finally goes up off the right side of the rim. No, gets her own rebound, and then is tied up by McKenna Warnock. Michigan will have the ball. 73-61 Hawkeyes. 7:17 left to go in the fourth. Brown will throw it in. Right of the basket along the baseline. Drops it inside to Filia. She spins, wide open, missed the layup. Wide open layup, couldn't get it to go. Warnock gets it ahead to Molly Davis, racing down the middle of the lane, stops, kicks it to the left wing. Now Sonano gets it from Marshall, hands it off to Clark, and lays it up and in. Beautiful pass again by Monica Sonano.
And Clark is doing such a good job fighting, right? She just has to get one step in front of him, and then she's wide open, and did a great job, and then was rewarded by Monica.
And then Leah Brown just waltzes down the right side of the lane and lays it up.
The good news is you're hearing a lot of Michigan shots going in, but you're also hearing a lot of Iowa. So
just trading hoops.
The lead is not getting diminished, but it would be nice for it to grow a little bit.
Sonano down on the right block. One-on-one, then dribbles it back out. 75-63. Hawks on top. Sonano. Forward to shoot. Gets it to Gabby Marshall. Has to make a move. Drives in. Has the ball knocked away. And Michigan picks it up. Would have been a shot clock violation anyway. Down to Filia along the baseline. She's double teamed and then has the ball taken away by McKenna Warnock.
Just ripped it out of her hands. I just love how brutal she is. She's
just a clean takeaway.
Yeah, she just gets in there. She is a force.
Under 6. Davis, paint. Whips a pass to Sonano. Short jumper is good from the right block.
And you could tell Michigan was really taking, they weren't even playing defense for whatever reason right there, and Molly Davis took advantage of it.
And a whistle in Michigan's front court.
I think it's going to be on Sonano.
That'll be away from the ball.
And Kaiser's frustrated. Kaiser is their post. She normally is scoring a ton of points for them. She's frustrated, so Monica just needs to keep being aggressive.
Well, she's got 15.
Sonano has
17.
just 2 fouls right now, but they are going to have her come out and take a break.
Michigan basketball along the baseline. Iowa 77, Michigan 63. Nothing easy. Kaiser whips it to Hobbs for 3 and drills it from the left wing. Jordan Hobbs with 7 off the Wolverine bench. 77-66, 5:20 to play. Martin back in there with the ball. She had 10 in the third quarter. Kate dribbling around the arc. Bounce pass inside to Hannah Stalkey. She faces, now goes back, now goes to work. Spin move, left hand is no good. Evans there defensively, and the ball taken down by Camp Schrader. Now inside, Kaiser wide open, lays it up and in.
And that was just a Stolke going high side. That's a mistake you're going to see her probably make at some point as she's learning how to defend in the Big Ten.
77-68. Hawks with the lead in the ball. Lisa Bluter says, just calm down, we're fine. Start working the clock. Here's Clark on the right wing. Gets it out high for a three-pointer. No good by Kate Martin. And the ball bounces out of bounds along the baseline. Michigan basketball. Timeout on the court. In business, Mid-American Energy can help you save energy and add to your bottom line. Visit midamericanenergy.com to learn more. 4:31 left to go. Hawks hanging on to an advantage at 77-68. Though Michigan has made its last 3 field goal attempts. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakmall.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Variety Pack. You hear that? It's seltzer with the pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, IRC Beers, St. Louis, Missouri.
Caitlin Clark with 25, Monica Sonato with 15, Kate Martin with 10, all in the third quarter. Anna Stolke off the bench with 9. Getting more and more playing time for the Hawkeyes. Has really become that main post backup.
Yep.
And also there at the 4. And Molly Davis off the bench with 6.
Right. A lot of contributors today for the Hawkeyes on the offensive end.
But this is going to be a tough closeout, Jamie. 77-68, plenty of time left, 4:31.
But
keep playing that aggressive defense.
Yep, Coach Bluters gave her players a lot of breaks. You'll see Clark most likely on the court to finish up the game. She only has 30, so she's had a few breaks throughout. Warnock will be out there. You'll see Sonato coming in off the bench. She got a 2-minute break in just now so she can finish the game strong. So they were doing some planning to try to make sure they can finish out with that set crew on the court.
When corn grows fuel, Iowans win. Ethanol is a renewable fuel that's better for our environment, our health, and our wallets. Share your winning moments using #IowansWin. Plus, you'll be eligible for some fun, corny giveaways.
The only thing I like more than a giveaway is a corny giveaway.
I thought you might say that.
Yeah.
So Clark, Sonato, Davis, Warnock, and Kate Martin. Michigan basketball. Camp Schrader will run the point.
Iowa comes out in a player.
Camp Schrader hands it off to Hobbs. So 2 non-starters in there for Michigan. Bounce pass inside. Kaiser goes to work and scores. Caught it in front of the rim, laid it up and in. Kaiser with 19. Hawks by 7. Approaching 4 left to go. Clark. Bounce pass to Sonato on the right wing. Holds it above her head. Kicks it out to Molly Davis. Filia guarding Clark. Now Caitlin gets the ball in the right corner with 5 to shoot. Now Sonato fakes a jumper, drives in, shot off the window, good. Great move, Monica Sonato.
And the other bonus there, 30 seconds they just took off the clock.
Now got to play some defense. Filia to Kaiser. Now back to Hobbs. Her drive-in layup with the left hand is good. Hobbs has been impressive.
Yep, and that's why Hobbs is in right now for them.
With 9, averages 2.7. 79-72. 3:15 left to go. Davis in between the circles. Dribbles between her legs. Now gets in the paint. Kicks it right side. Warnock for 3. Count it. McKenna Warnock.
There she is. You knew she'd come back in the fourth quarter. She'd been pretty quiet, and then she's like, I guess it's time.
4 threes in the ball game for McKenna Warnock. That's 13 in the last 3. Huge basket for the Hawkeyes to go up 10. Inside. Shot is up and no good by Evans.
Finally, an empty possession for Michigan. It feels like that's been forever where they didn't score one time.
Clark at the free throw line. Paint. Shot up off the window. Good. Layup with the right hand. Terrific move in the paint by Caitlin Clark with 27.
And while they didn't use 30 seconds off the shot clock, they got a high percentage shot.
And timeout taken by Michigan as the Hawkeyes go up 84-72 with 2:22 left to go.
Well, they seemed much more composed after that media timeout that was at the 4:30 mark. These last 2 minutes felt way, way, way more composed. So, whole different team. You could tell they looked much more seasoned. You're seeing Molly Davis is out there right now, but Molly Davis has had actually a fabulous game for the Hawks. So I think it makes sense to have her out on the court right now. You're going to go with what's working for your team in a certain game, and that's the decision they've made.
Hawks have made 5 of their last 6. They make that Michigan has. Iowa 3 of its last 3. And I go back to that move along the baseline as the shot clock was inside of 5 by Monica Sonato.
Yes,
huge basket.
It was huge. And she squared up and saw there was 5, and she didn't rush it, though. She knew she had 5 seconds. That's a lot of time in the post area to make a move.
So Michigan advances the ball. Here's Evans. Hands it off to Hobbs, who's been hot. Elbow jumper from 15, no. Clark clears the rebound.
You got to think Michigan's going to start fouling at some point here.
As we approach 2 minutes left to go, 84-72. Martin whips it to Molly Davis. Now Martin on the left wing. Looks inside to Sonato, takes a couple dribbles, and a charge will be called on Martin. Boy, it sure didn't look like the defense was set that time.
I don't think they were set in. I think there was a lot of flopping to that one. So that's the frustrating part. You can see Bluder's a little frustrated, but that's not something you can worry about and you can't keep talking about.
Not even close. We looked at the replay, Emily Kaiser.
So that's frustrating for her,
feet.
But Iowa just has to come back and play D.
Here's Filia down the lane. Shot off the window, no, but an Iowa foul.
And fouls-wise, Iowa as a team has 3 fouls. Michigan has 1 foul. No players for Iowa have 4. So anybody is free to foul if they need to.
3 fouls on McKenna Warnock, and Filia knocks down the free throw. I think that's her first point since the first quarter.
It is her first point. You are correct.
Where she had 14 of them. 16 now for the game, 84-73 Hawkeyes. Marshall back for the Hawkeyes.
She was in double figures even before you were 4 minutes into the game.
Right.
And then she went silent. And I'm sure a lot of that is due to Iowa's defense.
Hawks facing full court pressure. Davis to Martin, and she lost the ball at midcourt. Dug up by Nolan. Nolan thought about a 3, then dropped it inside, and a foul will be called on Kate Martin, trying to slap it away.
And that won't be a shooting foul, but the next type of foul will be a shooting foul. Michigan only has 1 foul, so that for them to need to foul Iowa too is going to be a beast for them to get there.
Just can't dribble against pressure. Got to pass that ball. Inside off the inbounds play. Shot by Brown, no. Paint, second effort, good. And a chance for 3. 84-76. Marshall picks up her 3rd.
I mean, the clock is on Iowa's side. Iowa still right now has an 8-point lead, possibly a 7-point lead if this free throw goes in.
So Leah Brown at the line with 14. In the air, shot good.
But that's a lot of time. So Iowa just needs to be smart, like you said before, like pass through this, don't dribble through this.
Kind of a 1-2-1-1 pressure. Lob pass into the front court to Marshall, gets it to Warnock. 84-77. Hawks on top, 1:18 left to go. Here's Molly Davis weaving through traffic. In the corner, Gabby Marshall swishes a 3-pointer right in front of the Iowa bench.
She comes in off the bench, and that's a big 3. Big 3 from Gabby Marshall.
Big time 3. Gabby has 6. And the Hawks get up by 10, 87-77, 1:05 left to go. Here's Hobbs for 3, drops it in from the right wing.
There's 1 minute to go here in the game as they try to break this press. Davis gets the ball across, though.
And gets it to Gabby Marshall, left wing. Yeah, don't wait for that double team. And Marshall is fouled.
But like I said before, that's only 2 fouls for Michigan. So for Iowa to go to the line, they still have to foul them 3 more times. And that will take some time off the clock. So if Iowa can be smart and inbound the ball.
Just take care of it.
And burn off 10 more seconds, that's nice. That would be good for them.
Hawks up by 8, 87-80, 52.7 on the clock. Hawks will have it along the baseline. Clark will throw it in. And now, 30-second timeout taken by Michigan.
And I'm sure that's what they're going to actually talk about, is how are we going to try to combat this with that many shots? Iowa has 21 seconds on the shot clock. They could inbound it. They don't need an immediate shot. Maybe if they have a high percentage shot, take it. Otherwise, take it out and use the 20 seconds. They're going to have to foul you then. And then they're going to have to reset the shot clock. This could be very advantageous for Iowa if they play it right. If you can burn 5 seconds in between each foul, that gets 20 seconds off the clock.
Key thing, too, don't wait around for that double team.
No, don't wait around for it at all.
Good ball handlers, get out of the corners.
And they're not going to go and foul, by the way. They're going to try to grab the ball, so Iowa has to be very strong with it.
So Clark will inbounds, just right of the basket. Looks inside and has to call a timeout. Good defense by Michigan.
Smart decision by Clark to take that timeout. She timed it well.
Yep. To have that internal clock going. Last thing you want is a 5-second violation.
Oh, right.
Is your business ready for a big promotion? To support and celebrate small businesses, United Healthcare and Hawkeye Athletics are teaming up for the Spotlight on Small Business Sweepstakes. Winners receive radio promotions, social media, recognition, and more. To enter, visit HawkeyeSports.com/UHC. United Healthcare is a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. 87-80. Hawks on top with 52.7 left to go. Iowa 4 of its last 4 from the field. Clark gets it into Warnock, who dribbles it out near the hash mark and is fouled.
Michigan foul is number 32, Leah Brown, her second personal.
So that's 2 on Brown. Nobody in real serious foul trouble for Michigan. Clark, bounce pass inside to Warnock. Gets it out high to Molly Davis. Splits defenders. Now McKenna Warnock on the right wing. And the Hawks are passing up any
I think it was a great
medium range
decision.
jump shot and waiting for the foul.
They pulled 7 seconds off the clock right there.
And that's the 4th team foul.
So again, now Iowa inbounds it. They have 20 seconds still on the shot clock. So they're going to try to inbound it.
And get it inside to McKenna Warnock. And Leah Brown picks up her 3rd. And that's now the bonus for the Hawkeyes.
So Warnock is going to go to the line. There's a lot of talking happening down underneath the basket between the refs
Clark
and them.
didn't like the Leah Brown foul.
Clark is going to fight for her team. That's one thing you're going to have on your side is if she feels an injustice is made, she's going to let him know.
Pretty clean play, though. Free throw good. Warnock with 13. Second one, got it. 89-80, Hawkeyes. 42 seconds. Here's Brown, jumper from 2, knocked it down from 17.
But that was a 2-pointer, so that means Iowa still has a 7-point lead.
But a quick 2.
Yeah, it was a quick 2 for them.
Didn't take much time off the clock. And Iowa calls timeout to advance the ball to half court. And we remind you to join head coach Lisa Bluter for Hawk Talk, presented by Oaknall at Bumps Restaurant. Hawk Talk with Coach Bluter and me takes place weekly from 6 until 7. We'll be there this Monday night for Hawk Talk. Might have a couple of special guests as well. Visit HawkeyeSports.com to take a look at the full schedule. Certainly have enjoyed all of our call-in shows so far this year. Had great crowds, and we'll see you at Bumps on Monday night. 89-82, 38 seconds left to go.
Yeah, so the main thing right here is getting the ball inbounds, right? That's got to be Iowa's #1 thought. They set up at a stack, which is a really great way to try to open up. Get the ball inbounded to Clark, and she's immediately fouled.
So that's exactly what you want. Nolan commits her first. And that'll put Caitlin Clark at the free throw line, where she is 5 for 5. And now 5 for 6. And a big cheer goes up. Second one, got it.
Well, one thing that you don't want to do is probably cheer that loud for her, because that is going to fuel her.
Yep, she has no problem with that.
But that makes it an 8-point game. Iowa just has to come down and play defense, and the only thing that they need to really focus on is no fouls where there's a shot going up, really. Like, that's it. If you're going to foul when someone's shooting, there's no way that ball can get in the basket, because those are the things that kill you, the three-point plays, three-point opportunities that you foul on. Anything where they could get 3 points and you're helping them, that's the problem. So Iowa just needs to come out and play smart defense. They can still put some pressure on them. It's not like they just let them do whatever. They can be as aggressive as they want, but they don't want to put them at the free throw line.
Well, the Hawks scored 90 against Illinois, or gave up 90 against Illinois, scored 86, lost that one by 4. The Hawks have put 90 on the board, lead at 90-82 with 35.7 left to go. Boy, what a great victory this would be for the Hawkeyes. It would be the first time that Iowa's won here in Ann Arbor since the 2013-2014 season.
And it snapped a 6-game skid. That was a big time for them, and that's a long time. We're talking, hey, we're in the year 2023, in case you didn't know. So, I mean, we're like...
I've heard that rumor.
Sometimes I have to remind myself.
Michigan basketball. They get it in. Brown gets it back. Three-pointer, banks it in from the right side. A banked-in three.
Still with the 5-point lead here. Iowa takes their last timeout. Michigan has no timeouts. So from here on, there will be no more timeouts.
But still, 32 seconds left to go.
32 seconds left to go. Iowa with a 5-point advantage. And here is what Iowa has to just be. Coach Bluter needs to be saying, we have a 5-point advantage. That is a 2-possession game. Get the ball inbounded. They will foul us. They're going to play really hard defense. They're going to try to steal it. That ball went in somehow.
Yeah, Kaiser got the ball at the elbow from Brown off the sideline inbounds. Brown jumped to the three-point arc on the right side, got the ball back from Kaiser, and somehow got that shot to go. And took hardly any time off the clock. So 90-85. Hawkeyes on top, 32.1 left to go, and have to win this one at the free throw line.
So Iowa just has to make sure it get the ball inbounds. There's no timeouts for them. So that's something Coach Bluter is also telling them, hey, there's no timeout. We cannot take a timeout here.
So Clark, Sonano, Martin, Warnock, and Davis. Hawks will inbounds with Kate Martin right in front of its bench. And they go backcourt to Molly Davis, who is immediately fouled by Jordan Hobbs.
So the nice thing, every time they go to the free throw line, they're going to have a quick second to catch up with each other, talk about what's happening. Davis obviously is wanting to put these in.
So Molly Davis calmly knocks down.
And that's big.
The first.
That is a huge free throw. The second one's even bigger because that makes it a 3-possession game. Right now it's a 6-point lead for the Hawkeyes. If she can hit this, that turns it to 7, which is going to make it a lot harder.
And she drills it.
Big free throws from Molly Davis right there.
And you can tell, Jamie, that they've got confidence in Davis at the free throw line because they went back court, went right to her.
Yep, and they didn't make her pass it up. They wanted her to take it.
So here's Brown in the front court. 15-foot shot from the elbow, no. Clark corrals the rebound, then dribbles it out. And getting by some Michigan players and gets it to Kate Martin beautifully.
Great
Martin
job.
Gets it to Marshall, to Sonano, layup, and the Hawks are going to win it.
Fabulous job by Caitlin Clark, by the way. She had 3 players on her, and she kept her cool. She didn't get into a jump ball situation. She didn't get fouled.
And then knocks the ball out of bounds, 94-85. Hawkeyes with 7 seconds left to go.
Ooh. What a great...
And Clark almost with an interception tapped it out of bounds.
She's not going to stop.
Oh, no.
She's like, this
She'll
game is not over.
40.
I will not let you guys have any chance.
And a Let's Go Hawks chant comes alive. Interception by Warnock with 2 seconds. Dribbles it into the front court, and that'll do it. Iowa 94, Michigan 85. The Hawks win in this building for the first time since 2013-2014, Jamie. And Lisa Bluter's 475th victory.
Wow.
At Iowa.
475 wins at Iowa. This is a fun one for her to get that 475th win on. This is a really hard place to play. They had a fabulous crowd here, and Iowa, they figured out a way to come back and get that win today. They did not. I mean, it didn't look good. The first quarter wasn't looking good for the Hawkeyes, and they figured out a way to gather themselves on an away court, on a number 14's court, and pull themselves back up and get the win.
And to be exact, February 22nd of 2014. The last time the Hawks won here.
Almost 10 years, 9 years,
yeah.
man.
94-85. The Hawkeyes win it. Had a 2-point lead at the half, 41-39. And then led 66-57 after 3. A terrific third and fourth quarters for the Iowa Hawkeyes, who push their record to 12-4 and 4-1 in the Big Ten. Michigan falls to 13-3 and 3-2. And now the Hawks have 2 home games coming up on Wednesday and Saturday against Northwestern and Penn State. Hawk fans, experience your home away from home at Coralville's finest all-suite hotels, the Homewood Suites and the Home to Suites by Hilton. Each offer guests spacious suites, complimentary breakfast, 24-hour fitness center, pool, hot tub, guest laundry, and convenient locations. Let their warm and friendly staff take care of you and your family when you visit Hawkeye Country. Great victory for the Hawkeyes, 94-85, behind 28 from Caitlin Clark, 19 from Monica Sonano, and 14 from McKenna Warnock, and 10 from Kate Martin, all in the third quarter. Stick around for the postgame show from the Chrysler Center. We'll break down Iowa's victory against Michigan. Jamie will head to the Iowa locker room. That's all coming up. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Running a business is a lot of work. Luckily, I've got a great partner.
Oh, I thank you.
I meant U.S. Bank.
I knew that.
U.S. Bank Business Essentials is a huge help to us.
Totally. Their comprehensive point-of-sale system does it all. Tracks inventory, manages schedules, customizes orders.
Plus all the regular banking stuff.
If only it could make coffee.
Nah, that's your job.
From point of sale to quick loans, we have many ways to make your business boom. That's what U.S. Bank is for. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender member FDIC.
People say you should see the ball drop at Times Square at least one time. But being there for New Year's Eve and winning $1 million live on national television? How's that for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity? With the Iowa Lottery's Powerball First Millionaire of the Year, you and a guest could appear on Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve. One lucky winner will win $1 million just after midnight. Enter your Powerball tickets and see rules and complete details at ialottery.com/VIP.
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel. The Jill Armstrong team with Skogman Realty, the area's premier realtor. And Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. Handling all of your exterior needs from roofing, siding, windows, and gutters, they've got you covered. Providing free damage inspections and help filing insurance claims. Call 319-343-6376.
The holidays are for making memories, and Honda can help you make them. Whether it's hauling presents in a capable Ridgeline, going sledding in an adventurous Pilot, or traveling in a rugged Passport or CR-V. Make memories during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer.
New Hondas are arriving daily at your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest.
See dealer for financing details.
At Cenex, we're locally owned and operated, so your community is our community. That's why your Cenex goes far beyond the store. We fuel community connections by supporting local festivals, restoring town monuments, and renovating baseball fields. Now in its 4th year, we'll have contributed more than $400,000 to Cenex communities through our Hometown Pride initiative, because community connections make the places we live so special. Cenex, powered locally.
Welcome back to the Chrysler Center, Ann Arbor, Michigan, as the Hawkeyes defeat Michigan 94-85, and a great team victory, Jamie. No question about that. And the Hawks did everything they needed to do.
They did
to close this one out. You know, it's never easy on the road, and certainly finished strong, knocked down free throws at the end, and certainly. Took care of the basketball, and Michigan made some tough shots. I mean,
they did.
Pulled to within 5
that
there with
fourth quarter,
over 30 seconds.
Each team scored 28 points. Like, that is, I mean, they were not going down without fighting. Michigan was there to keep fighting and trying to pull that game away from Iowa, and Iowa just kept fighting right along with them. Before I say these stats, I'm going to say a quick hi. Hi, Vinny. Hi, Bennett. Hi, Sydney. Love you guys.
They tuned in?
They're tuning in. They're tuning in. You got to teach them young. This is where we get our games from.
Absolutely.
So, hello to them. But even more so, hello to these fabulous stats. Iowa, by the way, shot 60% from the field today. That's right, 60% at a court that's not their own. 45% from three, and I really think that's largely because they took smart threes today. They were 9 of 20. They didn't shoot a ton of them. I feel like they shot the perfect amount, 9 of 20, 45% from three-point land. 4 Hawkeyes ended in double figures. Caitlin Clark with 28, 10 of 17 from the field, 19 from Monica Sonano, 7 of 9 from the field, 5 of 5 from the free throw line. Kate Martin, all of her points in the second half, I think even maybe just the third quarter, 10 points from her. McKenna Warnock, 14 points, 4 of those three-point land, 9 from Stolke, 8 from Davis, both of those coming off the bench, and 6 points from Marshall, and one of those being a huge 3 in the fourth quarter after she came in after having a little break on the bench. So Iowa just as a whole shooting fabulously. Michigan scores, 4 players ended in double figures for them. Leah Brown with 20, a lot of those coming in that fourth quarter. 19 from Kaiser, 16 Filia, and 12 from Hobbs off of the bench. Iowa won the rebounding war just by 1, 28 rebounds to 27 rebounds. Leading rebounder for Iowa today was Caitlin Clark with 8. Leading rebounder for the Wolverines was 6. And leading assists today coming from Monica Sonano.
How about that?
That's pretty. 8 assists for Monica Sonano. 7 assists coming from Kaiser for the Wolverines. Iowa slowed down their turnovers, ended with 17, but had 7 at the end of the first quarter. So started to figure that out a little bit better. Ended the game with 18 assists as a team, though, and that's not bad.
Not at all. Those are the numbers. Jamie will head down to the Iowa locker room. Abby Stamp will join us on the postgame show after Iowa defeats Michigan 94-85. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
The holidays are for making memories, and Honda can help you make them. Whether it's hauling presents in a capable Ridgeline, going sledding in an adventurous Pilot, or traveling in a rugged Passport or CR-V. Make memories during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer.
New Hondas are arriving daily at your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest.
See dealer for financing details.
When you set up a savings goal with U.S. Bank, it grows with you. There's no limit to what you can crochet. Can do. Doesn't have to be crocheting, but it totally could be. Like the headphones you're listening to this ad with, you could totally crochet those. There's no telling where your savings goal will take you. Maybe you'll save enough for yarn to crochet your house or the whole town. Oh, right. Doesn't have to be crochet related.
Set up savings goals on the U.S. Bank mobile app, even for the wildest of dreams. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel. The Jill Armstrong team with Skogman Realty, the area's premier realtor. And Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. The Hotel Kirkwood, named the Corridor Business Journal's 2022 Best Banquet and Event Venue. And awarded the AAA 4 Diamond Award for lodging. To make reservations, visit thehotelatKirkwood.com or call 877-751-5111 for more information.
At Mid-American Energy, we want to help keep you safe around power lines and electrical equipment. Always assume a power line is energized, even if it's on the ground. To avoid the risk of an accidental shock or electrocution, avoid touching a power line with anything. And when you see high voltage warnings on transformers and substations, stay away. We care about you and your safety. Get more tips at midamericanenergy.com.
Paid for by the customers of Mid-American Energy.
Welcome back to Ann Arbor as Iowa defeats Michigan at 94-85. Victory number 12 on the year, 4-1 in the Big Ten. And assistant coach Abby Stamp joins me on the postgame show. And Abby, just your overall thoughts of this ball game. A terrific effort by the Hawks.
Yeah, well, first of all, just really, really excited to come out of here with a victory.
It's been a while.
Been a long time, been a while, and, I think coming off of that Illinois loss with the bye week, you're just never totally sure how your team's going to come out and respond, and just really proud of the way they came out prepared and how they fought today and battled. It feels good. It feels good to walk out here with a win. Defensively, talk about that 2-3 zone and its effectiveness. Yeah, so the 2-3 zone, they were putting their heads down and driving on us a little bit, and felt like we could go to the 2-3 zone. They don't have as many shooters you have to keep track of, and I thought we did a really good job communicating. There's a lot of matchups you kind of got to make happen, as far as the ball getting into the high post and everybody finding where they need to be, and I thought our team did a good job communicating and making that happen in front of a big crowd. I don't know what they announced as the crowd today, but it was really loud in here today. 10,000 people, so really loud in here, and they did a good job communicating in that zone and moving hard in it. And it just seemed, too, especially in the third and fourth quarters, Kate Martin just came and really exploded offensively. Had 10 alone in that quarter, and even though you had the lead at the half, seemed like after Michigan, I think, scored the first 6 in the third quarter, timeout, kind of settled down, and then really shot the ball nicely. Yeah, definitely. Basketball is, of course, a game of runs. They had a good run at us, whether that was in the first or second, and then we came back at them. And that, a good team like this is going to come back at you at some point. So that's where we just really try to rely on, our veteran team and the leadership of Kate Martin. And I thought Caitlin did a good job kind of controlling the pace out there tonight. And like you said, we shot the ball well. Gabby hit a couple. I thought Molly Davis came in off the bench and made some really big plays, gave us a good spark, especially in that first half, and then handled things when they kind of came after us late there in the game looking to foul. And then just executing against the pressure, too. Had to knock down some free throws and really good passing
to get some easy layups when you felt like, hey, another basket or two, you could put this one away.
Yeah. It didn't ever really feel safe till about that 13-second mark.
Five with 34 seconds to go.
Yeah, they kind of kept cutting it on us. But, I think our offense, we really executed our offense well today. Michigan is long. They play really, really good defense. For us to be able to put up 94 points on Michigan is really pretty incredible. I think, Caitlin, I think she really had a special game when you think about all the headlines coming into this is talking about the logo threes and everything she did here last year. I thought she really, she didn't shoot it that well from three. I thought she didn't force things. She found ways to really score within our offense on some of those cuts. Monica ended up with 8 assists, a little role reversal between those two. But I thought it was really just our best team basketball game, and we all know that that's what we need to be able to go as far as we want to go. So to be able to put that together, I think we're going to have one happy bus, being confident going into this next game on Wednesday, too.
Yeah, and that's a nice thing, too. Get a huge road victory like this, then you get to come home for 2 against Northwestern and Penn State, so that's always a good feeling to get back inside Carver.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely a good feeling. Our fans have been just incredible. I mean, you're just so thankful every time you turn on the TV and see some of these half-filled arenas, both on the men's and women's side, for the crowds that we've been able to draw. So we'll be excited to get back there with them. As you know, in the Big Ten, every night out is a different one. The scores from from today are just, surprising as you watch them. So definitely can't take anybody lightly, and that starts with Northwestern on Wednesday.
No doubt about it, but enjoy this one tonight. This was a great victory to get. Not an easy place to play.
Definitely. Thanks, Rob.
And thank you as we break down Iowa and Michigan today, 94-85. Appreciate Abby Stamp making her way up here on press row to get her comments, and we'll certainly have more. We'll head to the locker room with Jamie, and also we will have our plays of the game as well. Caitlin Clark with 28, Monica Sonano with 19, 14 from McKenna Warnock, and Kate Martin added 10. Leah Brown led the way for Michigan with 20, and Emily Kaiser had 19. Lila Filia with 16. But the Hawks win it 94-85. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
People say you should see the ball drop at Times Square at least one time, but being there for New Year's Eve and winning $1 million live on national television? How's that for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity? With the Iowa Lottery's Powerball First Millionaire of the Year, you and a guest could appear on Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve. One lucky winner will win $1 million just after midnight. Enter your Powerball tickets and see rules and complete details at ialottery.com/VIP.
You probably know that a natural gas leak smells like rotten eggs. But what does a gas leak look or sound like? If you hear a whooshing or hissing sound, see dirt, dust, or water spraying from an area, or you get dizzy or queasy, leave the area immediately, then call 1-800-595-5325 once you're safely away. See MidAmericanEnergy.com for more safety tips.
Paid for by the customers of Mid-American Energy.
At Cenex, we're locally owned and operated, so your community is our community. That's why your Cenex goes far beyond the store. We fuel community connections by supporting local festivals, restoring town monuments, and renovating baseball fields. Now in its 4th year, we'll have contributed more than $400,000 to Cenex communities through our Hometown Pride initiative, because community connections make the places we live so special. Cenex, powered locally.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Variety Pack. You hear that? It's seltzer with the pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, IRC Beers, St. Louis, Missouri.
Welcome back to Ann Arbor as the Hawkeyes defeat Michigan 94-85 for victory number 12 on the year. No cancer is routine, and if you've been diagnosed, you want to be sure your diagnosis is accurate and that you have the most up-to-date treatment plan. Before you begin your treatment, you owe it to yourself and your loved ones to get a second opinion to be sure that you get personalized care as your diagnosis requires. The Holden Comprehensive Cancer Center is ready to quickly provide you with an expert second opinion to ensure you will get the right care for your unique cancer. It's as easy as making an appointment. Visit uihc.org/cancer to learn more. Caitlin Clark with 28, and the Hawkeyes, of course, did the job down the stretch, knocking down their free throws, 17 of 18. How about that? And Caitlin Clark was the one who only missed the one, 6 out of 7. Also had 8 rebounds to go along with her 28 points. Let's check in with some of today's top plays of the Hawks' 94-85 victory. Taken down by Clark across the timeline, down the left wing, dribbles between her legs, kicks it out to Warnock for 3, got it! McKenna Warnock stays hot, knocked that one down just left to the top of the key. Clark quickly down court, gets it to Sonato, now outside to Marshall, who rattles home a three-pointer from the right wing. Has 12 of Michigan's 14, and there's the answer for the Hawkeyes with McKenna Warnock, another deep three. There's Sonato in the paint, whips it to Stalky, gathers, goes up, and finishes off the window and is fouled. Hawks usually go at about 7. Here goes Clark. She'll fire a three-pointer and swishes this one from 24 feet. Kicks it left side to Martin, gets it to Sonato, back to Martin. Her shot is good on the baseline. Count it, and she is fouled. Almost too far underneath the basket, flipped it up and got it to go. Is bumped by Kaiser and frees herself up for a jumper. Long range 2 won't go, but Martin gets the rebound in the paint, dribbles it back out. Now she'll cast a three-pointer. Count it! Kate Martin from the right wing. Dribbles between her legs, now gets in the paint, kicks it right side, Warnock for 3. Count it! McKenna Warnock. Here's Molly Davis, weaving through traffic. In the corner, Gabby Marshall swishes a three-pointer right in front of the Iowa bench. And she sure did. And the Hawkeyes shot the ball with great authority this afternoon. Has ended up 34 of 57 from the field, 9 of 20 from 3, 17 of 18 from the free throw line. For Michigan, 36 out of 71, shot 50%, 7 out of 16 from 3, and 6 out of 7 from the free throw line. Score by quarters, Michigan led after 1, 20-18. The Hawkeyes came back and won the second quarter 23-19. 25-18 in the third, and each team scored 28 in the fourth. We'll take our final break and come back and head to the Iowa locker room. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Love a good win. Catching up with friends, saving money at the pump, soaking up the perfect Iowa day, sitting down to a really, really good meal. These are the everyday delights that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the wins that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the crop they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. Learn more about how to share your own wins at iowacorn.org/Iowans win.
Time to redo this basement?
Yeah. A home gym, movie theater, model train utopia.
Or yoga studio?
I'm flexible-ish.
Great. I'll just use the U.S. Bank mobile app so we can plan it out.
Which way are you leaning? Setting a savings goal or applying for a home improvement loan?
I say we look at both options, right here in the app.
Budget for a really good home gym. We deserve it.
Noted.
Help for today, planning for tomorrow. That's what U.S. Bank is for. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender member FDIC.
People say you should see the ball drop at Times Square at least one time, but being there for New Year's Eve and winning $1 million live on national television? How's that for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity? With the Iowa Lottery's Powerball First Millionaire of the Year, you and a guest could appear on Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve. One lucky winner will win $1 million just after midnight. Enter your Powerball tickets and see rules and complete details at ialottery.com/VIP.
At Mid-American Energy, we want to help keep you safe around power lines and electrical equipment. Always assume a power line is energized, even if it's on the ground. To avoid the risk of an accidental shock or electrocution, avoid touching a power line with anything. And when you see high voltage warnings on transformers and substations, stay away. We care about you and your safety. Get more tips at midamericanenergy.com.
Paid for by the customers of Mid-American Energy.
(94-85). The Hawkeyes defeat Michigan. A win in this building for the first time since February 22nd of 2014. And the Hawkeyes will certainly enjoy this one before a couple of home games coming up this week. So don't forget, Northwestern will be in town on Wednesday at 6:30. And then Penn State on Saturday at 11:30 game. Now, let's head to the locker room. Jamie has head coach Lisa Bluter and McKenna Warnock, who was outstanding tonight.
Thanks, Rob. In a winning locker room with Coach Bluter. Big road win.
It's been a while since we've won here, so this one really feels good, and especially when you think of, the great crowd they had here today. They've only lost one game all year and undefeated in Big Ten, so it's good to go in there ranked ahead of us. Good to come in here and get a ranked win.
So you came off of a loss. You guys bounced back. 2 road games in a row. You got your 475th win for the University of Iowa today. A lot of great things happening. And you figured out a way to shoot 60% from the field here and 45% from the three-point line.
And what's so impressive with that is that Michigan is a good defensive team. And they kind of took us out of sorts. The first 5 minutes of the game, I think we had 6 turnovers. We ended up with 17, but the first 5 minutes, was just unbelievable how we were turning the ball over. But again, once we settled down, once we got used to their defense, then we went in and shot the ball extremely well. In fact, we scored the most points against Michigan than they've given up all year.
So how did your team come? You had Felia, who came out and had double digits within 4 minutes. How did your team react to that? And then we're able to hold her to just, I think, 2 more points the rest of the game.
Yeah, I thought our zone defense was really good in the second quarter. I thought that was a difference maker for us. We were creating some turnovers up for them against our zone defense. But, she's just a tremendous player, and she gets downhill so quickly. But I thought we did a good job of making her work for her points today. She ends up with 16, but she's 5 for 14. We were a little surprised about her three-point shooting. She hasn't been shooting that well from three-point. But then, in the beginning of the game, she got a couple of those.
Monica Sonano and Caitlin Clark kind of switched some stats today. Sonano ended with 8 assists. Clark ended with 8 rebounds. What does that mean, though, for your team to be able to come up and just step up in different ways in games like this?
Well, what I'm so excited about is that we had 4 people in double figures. McKenna has been shooting really, really well. In the last 4 games, she has 13 for 18 from three-point range the last 4 games. She's 4 for 6 tonight. She has 14 points. Monica has 19 points, but a career-high 8 assists. Kate Martin has 10 points. I thought Kate charge a little bit. Caitlin has 28 points, but our shooting percentages are also good. And then Molly Davis, I thought, played really, really well in her 21 minutes. In fact, she's the second highest plus-minus on this team.
All right. Well, we're going to have to look forward. And now it does look like you have 2 games at home coming up, one of them being Northwestern here on Wednesday. What do you know about Northwestern at the moment?
I haven't seen them play yet this year.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I have really bad responses for that, but I'm sure they're playing a lot of the same matchup zone that they've played years after year. I think it's a 6:30 game on Wednesday.
I think you are correct.
And
you got that. At least you know the times of the game.
And the date. I will be there. So, we just hope to have a great Hawkeye crowd again. They're coming out to support us Wednesday when we play Northwestern at 6:30.
All right. Thanks, Coach, and great one today.
Thanks, Jamie.
And now I'm here with McKenna Warnock. I mean, are your fingers okay? There was fire coming out of them from the three-point line today. How are they doing all right?
They're good, yeah. Just excited to play here.
You had some big rebounds today, too. You got to really fight for some of those. How good did it feel the one time where it was like you versus three players? And you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? How good did that rebound feel?
I mean, we really emphasized O boards, so that was a good one to see, especially just because I feel like, every 4 in the Big Ten, every 5 in the Big Ten is huge in comparison. So, yeah, it was definitely nice.
And then the most important thing, this is a road win. What does it feel like? I mean, all wins are great, but how does a road win here at Michigan feel?
Yeah, it was amazing. We haven't won here in, 5 or 6 years, and we lost here the past couple times I've been here. Last year I was actually out from my injury, so it was a really good way to come back, and they're an amazing team, really good road win, top 25 win, so.
All right. Anything for those Hawk fans as they get to come see you on Wednesday?
Yeah, go Hawks. Let's be loud.
All right. Thanks, McKenna.
Yeah, thank you.
Jamie, thank you very much from a happy Iowa Hawkeye locker room as McKenna Warnock had 14 points and hit 4 3-pointers. So she has been on fire here the last 3 games, no doubt about it. Before we sign off, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Iowa Hawkeye Women's Basketball. (94-85), the Hawkeyes win it. Now 12-4 and 4-1. Michigan falls to 13-3 and 3-2. Caitlin Clark with 28. That's a low for her here after going for 46 in this building last year, but played terrific basketball and had plenty of help. Monica Sonano with 19, McKenna Warnock with 14, Kate Martin with 10. Hannah Stokey had 9, Molly Davis 8, and Gabby Marshall hit a couple of big 3-pointers and had 6. Final score, once again, Iowa 94, Michigan 85. Thanks to Jamie Cavey Lang for all of her work today, bringing you this Hawkeye victory. I'm Rob Brooks, and make plans to join us on Monday night for Hawk Talk with Coach Bluter from 6 until 7. And then our next game broadcast will be on Wednesday, Iowa and Northwestern from Carver Hawkeye Arena. We will be on the air at 6:15. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and good night from Ann Arbor. This is the Hawkeye Radio Network.
Hawkeye Women's Basketball has been brought to you by Authentic Brand. Unique Hawkeye apparel at authentic-brand.com. Bud Light, it's for the fans. Honda. To see how Honda crushes the competition, see your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest. Hy-Vee. Score big savings at HyVeeDeals.com. Iowa Lottery. Be a VIP with the Iowa Lottery. Visit IALottery.com for details. United Healthcare. Proud sponsors of Small Business Spotlight. Sign up your small business at HawkeyeSports.com/UHC. And by U.S. Bank. Proud to support Iowa basketball. U.S. Bank. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.